Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Saturday, May 27th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $, ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NHL playoffs. It's the West Finals, game number 5. Vegas leads the series 3-1, and we have Dallas Stars versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Live reactions and a watch party with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So we ended up doing the WWE pay-per-view earlier this morning, and I was up at like 6 a.m., so I was already ready to go. And believe it or not, the pay-per-view was better than I anticipated. I knew it was going to be good, but Night of Champions delivered. And 5 out of 7 matches being good. I don't know the last time I watched a WWE pay-per-view and they had more than half being great or really, really good matches. So shout out to WWE putting on a good show overseas at Night of Champions. And if you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. I enjoyed it. And like I said, the Dodgers got a dub today. The Mariners got a dub today. Elliott's prediction almost came true of a Castillo with a no-hitter, 10K, one-hitter. So I see you. And I'm ready for today. Hopefully this matchup ends up being good. I assume that we will get Vegas with the dub today, and they will be going to the Stanley Cup and going against the Florida Panthers, who already advanced and swept the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's go. Sarah in the building. How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's get it going. All right, let's go through some of the photos that I got prepped here today. And I'm lucky I didn't, try to take a nap, because if I would have ended up taking a nap with Paisley, who knows what time I would have woken up. So went for another walk, went to a river spot, got a chance to get some exercise in, ordered a pizza. So that way I had something to eat, since I haven't ate all day, and I can have leftovers for tonight or tomorrow. Got some Bellagio's all meat pizza, and it is delicious. And then started to obviously work on the thumb. Wanted to give you guys something special, and game 5, right? We're going to be able to more than likely have this series end, and at some point we'll get into Florida. And now if Dallas wins, all props to them. I know they're doing everything that they could not to get swept, but I don't know if they're going to be able to continue the journey, especially on the road. But you never know, and that's why we actually watch these games, right? And then also we got the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat in Game 6, so 3-2 Miami leads. It was 3-1. Now it's 3-2. And so right now at this point, you got to get the job done and win 4-2 Miami, because if you lose and then it goes to 7 and it gets tied up 3-3, you do have a legitimate shot to lose, even though we don't really see teams come back from 0-3, that often or never, right? But every once in a while, we'll get a Cinderella or something crazy. So we'll see what happens. So I will be turning that on. And there's nothing really going on baseball right now besides the Boston Red Sox and the Arizona Diamondbacks, Cincinnati Reds and the Cubbies, Cardinals and the Guardians. And then a lot of the other matchups are already kind of wrapped up. Let's go, baby. This has been fun. I really am excited about the NHL. And this will be something that I definitely carry over into next year and beyond. Captain Jack Eichel, let's go, baby. I got all kinds of photos ready for y'all. Okay, we got the William Karlsson, because we already know that he'll more than likely score today, maybe even twice. Guy's been on a fucking heater, okay? We got Ivan Barbashev, Alex Pietrangelo, Jonathan Marchessault, William Carrier. Now I got to get you some team photos, little celebration hugs, after a goal, little daps. Yeah, something good, right? Obviously after a nice game-winning goal. And then I like this one with the goalies. And obviously we got Adin Hill. What will he do today? It's going to be very interesting. Vegas has been so good. And I just saw an incredible stat line about their defensemen, how they're like the biggest in the NHL. Holy shit. They average 6'2" to 6'6". That's insane. Like most, teams will have a couple guys, above 6'2", maybe a few 6'4" guys, but to have 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", 6'4", 6'3", and then like the smallest one was a 6'2". Hell, that's still pretty big, especially if he's lifting the weights and he's got a little bit of arm power, right? So, but right here, speaking of arm power and being able to, get the slap shots and power plays and being able to try to be a hero again, Joe Cool, Podleski, you got to do it. You've been a joy to watch, and it's just kind of crazy that it's, gotten to this point. It's got Roope Hintz. Hintz is great. I love him. Jason is starting to get going. Robertson, which is awesome to see. But they need to equate to wins. It's like you can have one guy do good, and then the other guy, Hintz, has to do good, and we need Joe. So you need like a collective effort. And if you can get a collective effort from Joe, from Hintz, and from Jason, yeah, you might be able to get crazy and steal this game. What is the probability of Dallas winning this game to me tonight? Probably only 10%. I wouldn't want to say like 50-50, but they haven't proven to me in the previous games that this is a game that they could maybe show up for. So I assume that Vegas will get it done. It could be a blowout. I hope not. But I hope it ends up being a competitive game, and like a 4-3, something of that nature. But I definitely think that the pressure is on, and I think they know it. And obviously, we know the cross-checking 2-game suspension for Jamie Benn. What happened to him? There's Marchman. Wyatt Johnston. Tyler Higgin. Nice little team photo. I like that one. Little daps. Hugs. And right here, Jake Ottinger. You got to play like Anderson. Bobrovsky on the other side. But Aiden Hill has been playing pretty damn magnificent himself too. So lots of good goalie play. And obviously that's my favorite position in hockey. It always has been. Like I said, I'm more of a defensive guy on the NFL side in college football too. So no surprise that, goalies are my favorite. I always appreciate a great center, amazing forwards, great defensemen, no doubt, but how difficult this position is. I think we all know that. Man, I'm ready, man. Let's go. Eyes on the prize. Dallas might be kind of out of it, but if they win this game, I mean, at least you one game at a time, right? But Vegas has been so fucking strong. I would be like this, okay. Vegas, if Dallas wins, I would be like, oh, wow, okay. But I'm pretty sure that Vegas is going to get it done tonight. That's what the vibe feels for me tonight. Hope the matchup is electric. Hope everyone is having a good day. Let's go. Let's hang out for the next 3 hours or so, and then hopefully we'll get some goats to come through and hang out. And then, like I said, then tomorrow we'll evaluate. I saw that there was a little bit of rain there with NASCAR, so they're going to delay the race. So I don't know. I haven't checked, but I don't know if they're doing it today, which I assume they would be, right? So they got to end up doing that, and then we have the NASCAR Cup races for tomorrow. So maybe I should look into that to see what's going on the NASCAR side. But I did see that it did get delayed. Paisley's in here now. She's like, I miss Dad. Let's look. Taking a look on the website here. What do we got? Indy 500 field is separated by 2.121 seconds in 27 years, it says. I have to go to the NASCAR.com if I want to get all the fucking information myself. It takes too long to go through ESPN and go through all their fucking tabs, right? All right, when does that start? 21 hours from now. All right, so it's supposed to start at 3 p.m. tomorrow for the Charlotte Motor Speedway Coca-Cola 600, so I plan on doing that. And then trying to look to see if there's anything else that I can see with the other race. Not a lot of information on there, but I imagine someone can look that up for me and give me a little bit of an update. Cornish in the building. What's good? Yeah, Boston Game 6, but it's in Miami. So I feel right now the best teams in that series have been Miami, have been Vegas in this series. So you got to get it done. If you are a great team, if you are a contender, not pretender, you don't drop this game at home, because if you drop this game at home, Miami Heat, or Vegas Golden Knights, but primarily I think Miami Heat would be more threatened because Boston can win games. I'm not sure if Dallas would be able to come back from this series and win it. Very highly unlikely. Vegas too strong. But Miami and the Celtics, Miami Heat and the Celtics are a little bit more even. And momentum is a motherfucker, right? So you could be one way, oh, boom, 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 3-1, right? 3-1 Miami Heat, it's over. And then it goes to 3-3, and then you're like, oh, so we'll see. But I would assume tonight, knowing that this is a must-win game, and if you lose and you go on the road for that, game 7 or that extra game, you'll probably lose that on the road, just the way momentum is, the way momentum shifts. So we should have a Vegas Golden Knights victory tonight and a Miami Heat Jimmy Buckets victory today. Let's go. I'm ready. Yeah, not in a long time would I have thought that the hockey NHL playoffs were more entertaining overall than the NBA, but here we are. But another peak of my interest, obviously, was, the Seattle Kraken. That was the initial starting phase of it all. And then, obviously, once I start buying into something, I buy in 100%. So, and then now I'm invested in like every team, just like I am in the NFL and the MLB, and it feels good. It'll be a lot of, research and reading and film as we go into next year. But yeah, it'll be fun to do some regular season matchups. It won't be as intense, as a playoff matchup. So I'm still ready for it, though. Kraken versus whoever. It'll be fun. All right, Vegas. I mean, you've been the best team, very clearly. Florida's the hottest. You are the best. So it seems like destiny is meant to be. But you got to stop fucking around and get the job done. And, obviously, a 5-1 victory, 4-1 victory, something like that could happen. Or it could maybe be close if Dallas fights and gets some good production from their big three. But 4-3, that would at least keep the matchup interesting throughout the whole matchup. I don't want to be like, oh, it's already over in the first period and Vegas has got 3 fucking goals and it's 3-0 in the first. But we'll see. I like the way that the Stars rebounded. I mean, from not wanting to get fucking swept, which I thought this one had a possibility of going 6 or 7. So I mean, don't get swept. You're too good. Too much talent. Livliski, Hands, Jason Robertson. Too much talent there. We got to have Jamie Benn. Marchment. Johnston. Seguin. Tyler. It's a cool photo. I like that one. That's a new one. This one's crispy. I like that. Let's go. This should be fun. Either of those 3 teams are as potent as Detroit, as Toronto. I had it on NHL Network, and I forgot it doesn't go over to ABC, so wanted to make sure I get it over there before we start fully getting going here. Let's go, baby. DirecTV is a leader in sports, but Jeff doesn't have DirecTV, so he's watching baseball at his weirdly. Dusk in the building. Yeah, let's go. Lazio says, I like your energy, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, this has, I really appreciate just greatness wherever it's at. So regardless if it ends up being, NFL is so easy to watch and be a fan of. Same thing with college football. Wrestling, easy, especially if you have the passion for it. What takes effort is NHL, MLB, NBA, NASCAR. You have to be a special breed to be able to be motivated to watch a product if it's not at its peak at all times, right? And some are a little harder to watch, but if you have a connection, it's just as easy as football and wrestling, right? That's why we're not average here. We're the fanatics, right? Let's go. This is going to be fun. Let's go, baby. Captain Jack Eichel. I just want to get this finals matchup just going so mentally in my brain I can think of the possibilities and the outcomes on, how Vegas plays the Stanley Cup against Florida. They probably win it 6 or 7 times, but maybe 2 to 3 times if they play 10, maybe Florida wins. And that's why it's interesting to kind of feel out, okay, like just eliminate Dallas so that way I can look at your roster and kind of break it down. But man, it's going to be good. And obviously, with the East Final and the West Final, they won't top the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup is going to be the pinnacle. Sometimes it's like when we watch football, AFC, NFC championship game, right? Or Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals is better than the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals. Sometimes that happens, right? But I think with this particular playoffs, with this Final Four, the best is yet to come. Because especially if Florida ends up being Cinderella this year, then it's going to be like, oh my God, we're actually getting crazy stuff happening, and I love it. All right, we got 7:15 to go. I figured that they were going to start it right at 5, but I guess they have to warm up and get all ready. I appreciate that. $10 holla. Thank you so much. Awesome, man. Let's go. It's going to be fun. And I feel like a lot of people, are, I don't want to say are going to be lazy, but I think, sometimes when we get into these holiday periods, whether you're a part-time grinder or a full-time, sometimes it's really easy to be like, fuck it, I want to hang out with friends. Fuck it, I want to go drink. Fuck it, I want to go to a barbecue, or I want to go to but sometimes you got to put in that work when other people are willing to go party and do other things. Sometimes you got to put in the grind. Sometimes you got to do 2 streams in one day. And man, that WWE pay-per-view, let's go. It was nice. We had a nice little following that we ended up watching it together. It was cool. Sarah with the tenor, getting it started. 90 to go to the first goal, and then hopefully we get to the second goal today. I appreciate you. Always supporting the cause. Always understanding the grind. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Some people might sleep on us, but ultimately we know eventually what's going to happen for this channel. I appreciate you. $10 holla. Let's go. Hey, 90 to go. Appreciate you. What do you want to see? You want some Cardinals photos? You want some Blues? Do you want some Colts? I mean, whatever you want for your team representation, you let me know. I got you. We'll put that up. Air Whitey said it exceeded my expectations. Well, no shit, man. Everyone's expectations got exceeded. He said 3.75. I said 5 out of 7. 5 out of 7 for WWE. For WWE is unheard of. Let's go, baby. And I do recommend, if you are a wrestling fan, from back in the day or hardcore, and you just didn't get a chance to watch it, watch the fucking pay-per-view from today. Obviously if you're on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, you probably got fucking spoilers. That's the shitty thing about like being on social media. It's like if you like to read or look at memes or GIFs or read articles, whatever you decide to do. And Twitter's my favorite. I like to be able to get all my information just in one spot, right? But man, it definitely exceeded the expectations. When you looked at the card, it looked like it possibly could be 6 out of 7, could be bangers, and could be really, really good. We got 5 out of 7, and that's much better, than I think people anticipated. So. Whitey says Seth and Styles, not probably opened to be like the showstopper and be like the best match besides the last match with Roman, right? Either the last match or the first match usually are the best first 2, right? And then he's saying that based off Triple H and, with Seth immediately flew out to do Captain America and whatnot. It's crazy. A lot of these WWE stars, are starting to get more and more opportunities. Sasha Banks being in Mandalorian, and, you're starting to see some of these others transition. We're going to probably see Roman. Seth is already on his way. So, and obviously not everyone is going to be like The Rock. Not everyone is going to be able to have success post wrestling, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's a great host. I can watch anything that Stone Cold does. Those are like 2 of my, low-key favorites of all time, as you guys probably have those 2 in your top 5 also. But yeah, Fucking A, man. Gotta watch it. Fuck, I might rewatch it. I don't fucking rewatch, WWE pay-per-views ever. But that one is like almost like there's a few matches that would be worth like rewatching. Like Seth and AJ, I would watch that. Asuka Bianca, I think I would rewatch that one again too. Appreciate you. Exactly. And it's not only that, when they got down 3-1 dusk to the Bruins, it's how they handled their business, right? Against, against the following teams after that, right? You got to be able to get the job done, after that. And, the way that they ripped up, Toronto and the way that ripped up Carolina, and then also winning the first 2 games on the road, when you end up doing something like that, it's pretty impressive. Charlotte and Liv, yeah. All right, baby. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. All right, let's see how much time left. We got 5:30 on TNT for the Celtics Heat. So let me get that set up here on the computer. So that way I'll have that just in the background. Looks like there's boxing on tonight as well. All right, here we go. Celtics Heat. Boom. Got that on the computer. We're good to go here. All right, we got the Golden Knights and the Stars. Oh, baby, let's go. Game 3, he got benched. All right, Jake. Postseason 9-8 record. Should be better. Like, he's the type of guy, if you saw that, more like 12-5. That's how good he is. So 9-8 is kind of shocking. So we'll see what Jake Attinja can do. He definitely has a skill set. And then with Adin Hill, not as maybe a popular name of the other 3 goalies with Frederik Andersen, Sergei Bobrovsky, but I mean, 6-2 record. He's 6'4". He's huge. Everyone on fucking Vegas is huge. Everyone's like 6'2" to fucking 6'6". Their defensemen are fucking giants, right? So it's going to take a massive effort from Florida to be able to win. But I honestly think they have a shot better than most teams that are going against a powerhouse number 1. It's like when you saw, Tampa Bay, when you go to Stanley Cups, one after another, you're probably going to win one if you're that good, but you're not going to win all 3, right? But with Florida, it's like, are they as good as like the Tampa Bay Lightning where they're going to win 1 or 2, or could they take it further? And we already know the Avalanche team seems like they were, if Avalanche from last year played Vegas this year, I think Colorado would fuck them up. So I think they were just on another level. But again, Vegas, you have to give them the credit. They're big. They have a lot of weapons. The goalie play has been good. Florida has been hot. Vegas has been the best. Here we go, baby. But yes, I agree. Yes, it was awesome. Oh, misted her hand like Great Muta. Oh, nice. Yeah, Asuka giving tribute to some of the other Japanese wrestler, Whitey said. He's going in deep with the conversation on, her paying homage, to certain wrestlers or certain, maneuvers or little gimmick stuff, that she does. So that's cool. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday night. I've been up since 6 a.m. We've already done one stream for WWE for like 4 hours, and here we are. We'll be hanging out here tonight for another 3 to 4, and tomorrow we'll do NASCAR Coca-Cola 600, or if it gets rained out, then maybe baseball. We'll figure it out. We'll be doing something tomorrow, though, too. We're going to grind it out. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Vegas leads the series 3-1, and we're in the Western Conference Finals. Game number 5. Tripping on Dallas. Mason with the tripping. What you doing, bro? Vegas power play. They might score here. You know how Vegas gets, especially when they have an advantage. It's like, oh, look how good their passing is. Oh, my God. They almost have scored right there. Oh, my gosh. This is wild. Captain Jack. It's like I almost assume that Carlson will score, before Captain Jack, but they may need both of them to win the matchup today. But, like I said, Dallas is in a must-win situation, but Vegas, again, you don't want to keep testing your luck and having the series get extended. But I still feel that Dallas feels a little defeated. You didn't get swept. It's 3-1, but you're on the road, so everything is against you. I'm not sure if they have the mental toughness to be able to, battle all of that and the fans in a harsh environment. I don't know. I just don't feel it. I think the series will be over tonight. And I think the Heat, if they play well, I mean, if that fan base can't help them win, based off that motivation, of not wanting to go back to Game 7 in Boston, which you could easily lose. It's not like, will you lose? There's like a high, teams don't come back from 3-0 or 3-1 that often, but Boston, that's like one of the top 2 places where the fans go nuts besides like Golden State. So it's like those fans, when they want to get drunk and rowdy, they can will the Warriors and Celtics to extra wins. So Miami better get that shit done today if they want to go against the Nuggets and get their ass kicked. Either way, Nuggets are going to demolish whoever. Miami Heat will win 2. Boston would probably win 2. But it looks like it's going to be a Denver Nugget championship party with the Joker. So many shots on goal already. 6 shots on goal already. 2 face-offs each. 2 penalty minutes for Dallas. Vegas is like, we're the home team. We're going to try to blow you out. Yeah, his Game 4 was much better than Game 3. Memopolis in the building. What to do? What's good? Yeah. Oh, like you can already feel it. Like, and I feel like the Vegas fans know it too. It's going to take a hell of an effort for Dallas to end up winning this matchup, I feel. Not impossible, but it feels like if they played this game 10 times, maybe Dallas wins 1 in this particular matchup, just the way that Vegas has been so fucking strong. Like, I'm actually a little shocked, that they're making Dallas look like little brother. Like, Dallas has got a good team, and that sometimes they look very, very uninspired, kind of feel like, I want to give up. Like the body language, like it just seems like they're defeated. It's like, dude, we're really good. Our goalie's good. We got a big 3. You know, like we got like really good players that play well for each other. Maybe the fan base a little questionable, throwing the popcorn on Vegas, you know, a couple games back. But and then you already knew Florida was going to beat the shit out of Carolina. But still, even in that series, Carolina should have won at least a game or two. But Florida just fucked them up. Straight got the brooms. I know 7-2 now. It was 6-0. But I mean, that's what you want to do at home, right? If you're at home, you want to dominate the hits, you want to dominate the shots on goal, and you want to beat the shit out of them on the faceoffs one. You just want to give your team the best shot possible with the most attempts, and then you don't want to have your goalie in that pressure situation. So if you can have more pressure on the other goalie, then that's going to be your advantage as well. But it's kind of tough for teams to be able to, you know, have that kind of strength and endurance to hold up for 3 periods, as we know. So I have to do so many line changes. Some teams have one good line. Some teams run, 3-4 lines. But you're never going to shut down everyone's line. It's like you might shut down if a team runs 4, you might shut down 1, but you ain't going to shut down 2 or 3 or 4. It doesn't work like that. I like the way Vegas is playing. Vegas is playing like they're trying to get to the Stanley Cup against Florida and getting this shit over with. Oh, stolen back. Yeah, it definitely was hoping that the Kraken would go a little bit further, but we didn't deserve it this year. Dallas was better, and they were at home. There'll be an opportunity for the Kraken to have Game 7 at home, and we'll take care of business when that happens. Nice save by Ottinger. Yeah, but this is exactly what you want. You want to be able to have the hottest team, which would be Vegas, going against the best team, Vegas, the hottest team, Florida. And most of the time, the best team always wins, but every once in a while, the hot team goes further than people think, and then they just don't give up. Once they get to the championship, they actually complete the mission. They complete the David to Goliath Cinderella story, and it's rare, but we have seen it before in sports. And I think those type of championships mean more to most people because it's like they did the unthinkable. Like you could be in that situation with other teams in that same situation and, a bunch of these underdog Cinderella stories. And out of 10 Cinderella stories, maybe you get one that actually does everything and goes all the way. It's not going to happen to everyone. Yeah, but Kraken, Florida, oh man, that would have been some crazy shit. But even if we would have got past Dallas, we would have gotten our ass kicked by Vegas. I just watching them, seeing how big they are, defensemen 6'2" to 6'6". I mean, we would try to hang like how Dallas is, but I think at just some point or another, yeah, they would fuck us up. But I definitely have a lot of hope, and promise, for Seattle in the future. I think they are going to be in this position where these two teams are sooner than later. It will maybe take a little bit of time, but if they keep building, yeah, I definitely could see them, in the Final Four. Yep, I agree. And that's what makes those Cinderella stories, like you could be awesome in the regular season, awesome in the playoffs. But most of the Cinderella stories, the farthest they go is, like the runner-up game, like AFC, NFC championship game, East-West final, right? And then if you're blessed enough, you get to the championship game, but you normally 9 times out of 10, you fail there. You just can't get past the top dog. It's like your luck runs out, But again, 1 out of every 10 Cinderella stories that's able to go the distance, they win, and those are the ones that you remember forever. Good defense. Big-ass Vegas players. Everyone's like a big loaf of bread. 6'2" to 6'6". I mean, what are you supposed to do against that? That's why Dallas has looked like a bunch of fucking kindergartners out there. Like, if they didn't have to go against guys that were fucking 6'2" and 6'6", all up and down the lineup, yeah, maybe it would be a little bit more competitive like I thought it was going to be. I was like, fuck, I thought this was going to go 6 or 7 games based on how Dallas played the Kraken. But sometimes you can just find, teams that are clicking at the right time. And obviously Vegas and Florida are clicking. LG in the building. What to do? You started off a little slow, bro, though. You guys were at a 6-0 shot on goal disadvantage, and at least you got it back up to 8-5, but I was getting a little worried there. But at least it's not like 3-0 right out of the first period. I don't want to see a goal within the first minute. Like, let me give me some buildup. Like, I don't even mind matchups that are 0-0 in the first period. I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Like, of course, that, first goal is awesome, and then it gets the juices going. You get one, maybe you'll get another one in the first period. Boom, 1-1. But I kind of like it where it's like, it's like building a cake, or it's like when you're making a bead, or if I'm making a thumbnail, it's like you do it in layers and you're baking a cake. So you start to feel each other out. Both teams are playing pretty good. There's a little bit of drama, a couple of nice big saves, and then boom, second period comes along. You punch someone in the mouth, maybe a power play here, power play there, and then the goals start coming. So this is going to be good. All right. Yeah. Well, if you're not feeling good with, you should try to get some sleep, or close your eyes at least, listen to, something in the background, or just maybe go to bed, take a nap if it's that bad. Yeah. I still think your Stars though are, a hella good team. Like I said, I see so much potential. It's just sometimes you run into Big Brother, and it's like you match up pretty well, or at least it looked like you matched up on paper pretty well. But Oettinger, had that one rough game, and it's really, for me, it's the size of everybody. I think that's really the biggest thing. It's just they're the number one team. They're they got many options, and a lot of height, a lot of width. It's hard to get around guys that are 6'2" to 6'6" that actually can skate, that are athletic and whatnot. And the goalie play has been good. He might be the lowest name out of the four goalies that were left in the East and West final, but 6-2 record. He hasn't really given up a whole lot, and he's 6'4". He's a big body. So. Like, I like Joe. He's really fun to watch, and I love Hintz. Hintz is fun to watch. Jason, when he's clicking, is fun to watch. I mean, that's a big three. Those are not like loser players. Like, those are guys that are fun to watch, that people would like to have on their team. And then you got sneaky guys like Jamie Benn when he's not being dumb, with cross-checking suspensions, right? And then you got Marchment, who's nice. Johnston, Mr. Wyatt. Seguin. I see you, Tyler. So it's like, that's why I'm so surprised with all these names, and Oettinger, hasn't been fantastic. He's probably been a little underwhelming, and that's where the difference is. It's a goalie play. 9-8 record when he should be 12-5. That's how good he is, at least in my eyes. But you're just playing a really good team. Oh! How the fuck did Adin Hill get that? Get the fuck out of here. What? Look at this replay. You have to be shitting me. Look at this. Look where he is. Oh! Should have went more top shelf, but he couldn't. He kind of got it right in the glove. And of course, if anyone's going to get the first goal, it's usually not going to be necessarily Joe or Jason, even though Jason has been getting hot now. But Hintz is something. Sneaky good. That was insane. Air in the building. Yeah, I did the pay-per-view this morning, and then yeah, you know how that goes. I figured that you were, since you were talking to me, I figured you knew that I was doing this particular matchup, but nice. Yep. Oh, good to hear, man. I know things, sometimes have been shitty for you, and they've been shitty for me, and a lot of people, it's been shitty, right? So to actually have a good day and have like a memorable, good feeling, it's good, and sometimes that carries over until the next day. So remember that. Good to hear, bro. We all deserve to have a little bit of happy in our life with all the bullshit that we got to go through, right? Hey, watch a little fucking wrestling, have a nice pay-per-view, hang out with some friends, don't have to deal with too much bullshit at work. There you go. Yeah, love it that Oscar won. 7 shots on goal for Vegas, 6 for Dallas. Big hits, Dallas 6, Vegas 0. Faceoffs 1, 5-4, Dallas leads. And then the penalty minutes is Dallas 2, Vegas 0. Oh, dude, that's great. Well, you're going to be, see, ESP, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to carry that shit over into the next day. And tomorrow you could watch wrestling all day if you wanted to. You don't got to do anything. You can just fucking wake up whenever you want, just watch wrestling all day, all night. Any promotion, whatever you want. Or hang out with some bros or go get some food. All right, got 9 minutes left in the first period. Still at 0, but you can kind of feel like Vegas's fans are kind of on the edge of their seats. Like we are going to have scoring sometime soon, but will it be in the first period? Yeah, I mean, a lot of us, have been watching since like the 70s, 80s, or 90s. So a lot of us have, we've already seen the kind of the birth of wrestling and all the factions and all the different federations. For me, like I'm more of an ECW, WCW guy. I like old school WWF. Obviously, DX and Stone Cold Rock and Hogan, Legion of Doom. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but there's just certain types of wrestling, and I like a little bit more like Lucha Libre. I like a little bit more high flying, high risk. And obviously, if it doesn't have that, then maybe like Legends, like WCW had when they had their run on Nitro. But I mean, if it's good wrestling, I don't really care where it is. As long as it's good, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, especially ECW. It's my shit. Like I could watch fucking RVD and Sabu for like 8 hours straight, never get bored. I can just go through all the old ECW shit. I still have fucking ECW VHSs, for Christ's sake, and DVDs. People are like, what the fuck is a DVD or a VHS? But fuck, I got them. All right, we're at 0-0, but I feel a goal coming soon. All right, and we got the basketball game going here as well with the Celtics and the Heat. So I'm keeping tabs on that for everybody as well. Surprising moments. Our experiences you'll always have. 3-2 Heat. And again, they have to bring the energy. And Jimmy's going to have a big game. Jimmy doesn't have a big game, they're not going to win. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, he has to be the catalyst. The guy that doesn't have to be a ball hog. You know what I mean? But you want to be able to assert your dominance. And, if Jimmy ends up having a 25 to 40 point game, somewhere in that nature, depending on how many assists and rebounds he has, then that might be enough for all the other players to feed off that energy. But it's like you're playing with house money, but, act like there's some urgency. Boston, it's a must-win game, but Miami needs to have that must-win attitude, and I don't know if they will tonight. I hope they do. Otherwise, they might see their dreams as vaporize in front of them. But either way, both these teams are going to fucking lose to Denver, so it's just the beginning of the end before you lose to the fucking Joker in 6. All right, 9 minutes left in the first period. Oh, yeah. Quote the Raven, nevermore. The Ravens flock. I actually like that faction. Like Sick Boy. It's just crazy when you can think of names like that. Who the fuck is thinking about Sick Boy and Ravens flock? I am. Old school times. They were the best. Who's better than Canyon? Nobody. All right, 8:15 to go, baby. Matt in the building. What to do? Oh, incredible. One of the better pay-per-views I've seen in a minute. Last couple have been pretty good, but anything with Triple H, with his fingerprints on it, it seems like the writing has been pretty fucking good. And kind of a couple questionable endings, but that always is a standard in WWE. But 5 out of 7 matches, That's not normal for WWE to have that many matches on point. Yeah. Did you see like some kind of like interview or post or something? Oh yeah, Asuka is, and she is the most deserving. You know, we got to be able to have some kind of Asian representation. You know, we were saying Io Sky versus Asuka in the future would be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, based off her skill set, she might not be able to do a lot of high risk, backflip type stuff like Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair, but she makes up for it being so technically sound. And not only is she the best Japanese wrestler, WWE, but overall, she's one of the best female wrestlers I feel of all time. And like I said, it's just nice for her to be able to get some accolades and pub. Ripley got, a little love, and, you already knew with the Royal Rumble win and, coming in at 1 and winning it all that she was going to get the belt. But Asuka, that's like, they have to make that decision. And I'm glad they did. Oh, I can, Matt. Storyline, baby. If you've been watching Raw and watching the show and watching the pay-per-views, and if you've seen factions and wrestling in the past, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. But if you're not a fan of wrestling like hardcore, then yeah, sometimes let's go. My God, Ivan Barbashev, sucker. There it is. So we're going to the Stanley Cup, biatch. Ivan Barbashev goal with a wrister, assisted by Captain Jack Eichel. 1-0 Vegas. 6th goal of the playoffs. 12th assist. Yeet. Okay. There we go, huh? Well, someone's got the eyes on the prize. 1-0 Golden Knights. And it's not like, like I said, Jake Ottinger is a shitty goalie. He's actually got a lot of potential, good size, good reach. You know what I mean? But when you got a team that is just rolling with momentum, so difficult to be able to, to stop. And that's why, the 9-8. I mean, if Ottinger did better in this series, then we would have a closer series and maybe it would be 2-2. But him getting benched and pulled and had Wedgwood come in, that definitely hurt. I believe that was game 3 when he gave up like 3 goals in the first period. If that didn't happen and they ended up winning that matchup, then then it could have maybe gone 6 or 7. But like I said, the difference between, the margin of error for the good goalies and then the goalies that are good but play like shit, there's not much, Yeah, she's always doing something different. I agree, Aaron. Yeah, my cousin, man. Oh, another save. And yeah, she's from where my mom is from. My mom was born in Osaka as well. So it's my cousin, Asuka. Oh, what a goal. Wow. Well, at least they're not giving up. Nice. All right, Luke. Glendening. Tip and assist by Thomas Harley. Wow.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL app. Closer to the games you love and need to. Closer to all the games, all the time. Get closer to everything you love with the NHL app.
The Dallas is tied. 58 goals this season. Regular season and playoffs for Dallas on tip ins and deflections, of course. After that, that's most in the league. Barbashev unassisted for Vegas is sixth. And Glenn Denning.
Fucking Glenn Denning.
Barbashev's goal keeps the 1-0 lead, but Dallas responds quickly.
Luke.
Glenn Denning, the former Detroit Red Wing in his second year in Dallas, and it's 1-1.
We are obsessed with it.
Well, I'm glad that they at least are keeping it interesting, and that it only took them like a minute and a half to go and tie it up. Assisted by Harley and Amiro Heiskanen. 1-1. Good to hear. Good to see. Let's go. Still think Vegas is going to win, but at least it's not going to be one of those, hopefully, 3, 4-goal lead where it's like the matchup is already over. Thank you. I appreciate that. $10 holla. Sarah's helping the cause. Thank you. I'm hoping within like 2 to 3 days we'll be able to hit the goal. I mean, obviously it would be great to be able to do it in like a day, but if it takes like, 3, 4, whatever needs to happen. $10 holla. Thank you so much. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $10 holla. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see, and I got you.
I just like our response. I mean, we've been a response team all year. Adversity, injuries, whatever it has been thrown at us on the road here in elimination game. I love how we started the game. I love our response to their goal.
I just saw your message, Whitey.
This time of year, right? Playoffs, you need
I fucked around and found out. Yeah, sorry, I was already live and whatnot. Maybe you figured that out when I didn't respond back to you. I just saw your message, bro. Oh, nice. Okay. Of the Kraken. Okay. Nice. Keep me updated. All right, we got 4 minutes left in the first period. It's been fucking fun. Second stream of the day. Nice save, Aiden Hill. And then we'll figure out what the weather is going to be like, and we'll either do baseball or NASCAR tomorrow. 16-14 Celtics. 4:55 left in the first quarter. God, I love Paisley so much. It's like hard for me to describe. Like, it's always easy to love, a puppy when they're so small and they're just so cuddly and they're just so helpless. Cute little noses, cute little faces. Sometimes they pee and poo in places, but you don't get really that mad because they're just such a little baby. But as Paisley gets older and bigger, get the save! Wow. It's like I feel like I love her even more, even though she doesn't have the baby face anymore. But I mean, I think it's just that connection. If you spend that much time with anyone, a human or a pet, you start to have a very close attachment and whatnot. I mean, especially when I'm spending like fucking 18 hours of my day with her, going on walks and playing. And, it's like even when I'm recording, sometimes she'll come in here because she just gets lonely and she like will lay on my legs and whatnot. Sometimes she'll be tired and she'll be like, fuck it, I'll lay wherever, on the ground, on the couch, on the bed, whatever's comfortable for her. And we got to go to the river early this morning at like 8 in the morning, and then we went again in the afternoon after we ended the WWE stream, and it was nice. It's nice to be able to have those views not far from home, walking distance even. 3:25 left in the first period. We're knotted up at 1. I was going to take a quick look at the stats. Equipment dog. All right, let's look at the stats, suckers. Dallas 11, Vegas 10 shots on goal. Nice to see that because Vegas was up 6-0 early on. Big hits, Dallas not afraid today, 11-4. And then 10-7 in faceoffs won, and the stupid ESPN fucking those ads that like to pop up. And not only do they pop up when you turn the volume off, it can be on or off, and they don't give no fuck. ESPN's like, okay, you want it off, and they just do it even louder. It's like, oh, you had it on level 5, then they give you the ad at like level 10. It's like, listen, dude, that's why I don't even fucking watch your goddamn network ever typically, except if I'm fucking doing something like this. I haven't watched SportsCenter in 20 years. All right, let's see if we can get any more momentum here before we end up getting to the end of the first period. Mario Lemieux, okay, I got you. Dang, sounds like Ty France. Ty France took one to the head too. He's okay as well. Prayers up for your guys, man. Yeah, and I'll get you some Mario Lemieux and anything else that you want once we go to the intermission. And then I'll probably flip it over to the basketball game so that way I'm watching it, but obviously it's like, when you're watching 2 or 3 things at once, you only have so much focus on that second or third stream. So 22-20 Boston. Looks like Boston is playing like they're trying to, force game 7. Miami needs to have a great second half. Time for me I need to go get my fucking my other Snapple. Kiwi strawberry. Oh man. And Safeway's doing the special again. If you're looking for something different rather than soda, if you're looking for like Gatorades or Snapples, but they're doing I don't know if they do it nationwide and whatnot, but at my location, sometimes they'll do 3 for $5. But the best time is when they do buy one, get one free. So then you end up getting 2 big Snapples, like huge ones, and you pay like $2. It's unreal. It's like you're getting $4.50 worth of drink for $2. I mean, especially when I'm doing streams and whatnot, and I'm not trying to drink beer. I mean, it's a good alternative for me. And typically, I can't get deals on Gatorade like that. You're not going to get a buy one, get one. They're just going to be like, fuck you. You got to pay $2 or $3 for each one. Unless you get the smaller size. Two minutes left in the first period. We're knotted up at 1. Physical matchup. Nice save by Hill. Zero Sugar. Is that the one that you told me to try last time? I think I forgot when you mentioned it to me. Zero Sugar Peach Mango Body Armor. I never bought body armor, but when I was at one of my old jobs, they had like a little pizza day or whatever, and they were giving them away. And I do remember having like 1 or 2, and I was kind of impressed on how good they tasted. I don't think I had that flavor at the time, but I just remember, this is kind of good. Like maybe I would buy this. Are all the body armor ones good, or some of them taste like shit? Vampire in the building. Yeah. I mean, that's all. I only drink stuff out of the freezer. My water comes out of the freezer. Has to have little chunks of, and if it like gets frozen, I'll just crush it with my hand, and then it'll explode into like a billion other little ice chunks in there. I like to have my water as cold as possible. And then if my Snapple or my Gatorade or even my soda gets like that, it's perfect because then you get it like extremely cold. And then if it's in your hand and your hands are warm, or you just put it on the table, once it starts to melt, it still is cold. Not like with a lot of soda and drink where you take it out of the fridge after you've had a couple sips. It sits there for like 15 or 20 minutes and it tastes like warm and it doesn't taste good anymore. So, sometimes you got to think ahead, And if you freeze it long enough, hell, you can have it out for almost like 30 minutes to an hour and it still will stay like it's still in the freezer, which is the best. Strawberry. All right, end of the first period. You want to get some Mario Lemieux? I got you. Good first period. All right, let me go turn it on to the. Oh, there's baseball on. Oh, it's Red Sox Diamondbacks. Yeah, I agree. And I like that they're fighting. You know what I mean? Like, they may not win the series, but they're not rolling over. And they shouldn't. I mean, with the talent that you guys have, I honestly did feel that you guys were going to take this 6 or 7 games. So it's good to see that you guys are playing with pride. I mean, your team is good. Well, if Ottinger didn't get benched in that game, you guys didn't give up 3 goals in the first period. Yeah, it could have been. Not should have been. Could have been. Uh-oh. Celtics 29, Heat 21. Minute 45 left in the first quarter. All right, I'm going to go get my drink, and I'll get some Mario Lemieux up here.
Usually this is a no-no for most shooters, but I think he was looking down to make sure he was behind the arc and he wasn't on the out of bounds there. Because usually when you look down, that takes you out of your rhythm. But Martin has just been absolutely on fire here. Taking that position in the field, 4 to 5 from downtown and continuing tonight. Zeller picked up the foul. Check out the NBA Playoff Shop. For all things playoffs, straight from the source. See the schedule. Deep dive into series, including series stats. All on the NBA app, powered by Microsoft. Download now. Jason Tatum with 4 straight double-doubles. Last 2 games, Steelers assists have been up, his shooting has been up, and his turnovers have been down for something. And that's been key.
All right, just wrapped Paisley up like a little burrito on the bed. So she is as snug as a bug. Now let's get some Mario Lemieux. Great first period so far. Now I got the game switched over to the end of the first quarter here with the Heat and the Celtics. Game 6, Miami leads 3-2 in a must-win game for Miami if they want to be able to win the series, and obviously a must-win game for Boston because if they lose, then the series is over. Ooh, nice 3. 34-27. Miami's defense is non-existent. Good first quarter, 34-29. Boston with 20 seconds to left in the first quarter on TNT. This one's dope. And I love the images inside the numbers. Incredible. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I mean, there's a reason why I decided to do this over the NBA. The NBA is quote unquote more popular, but what is actually a better product? It's the NHL. And honestly, if more people invested in getting to know the players and, if they had some kind of connection and then they could actually compare, it's like, okay, I'm not into hockey because like they would say, I'm not into it because I don't know any of the names of the players or the teams. But if you ended up choosing a team and learning about, that and actually watching and then comparing it to what you're watching on the NBA side, I think a lot of people would stop watching NBA if they actually gave NHL a shot or like baseball or NASCAR and then realize, well, this is maybe a little bit better for me. So.
Everything I need to help my finances.
Jungle Boy. Yeah. AEW pay-per-view tomorrow. Won't be able to order it, but definitely we'll keep up on what's going on with that.
Did you know you can get someone to shop for you? With Stitch Fix, it couldn't be easier. I share my style, size, and budget, and they shop just for me. My shopper sends me stuff I feel good in. I keep what works and send back the rest. Stitch Fix.
What do you guys think came first, the chicken or the baby back ribs? Baby back ribs.
Chicken tenders all the way.
Baby back ribs.
Chicken tenders.
Baby back ribs.
Chicken tenders.
Baby back ribs. Baby back ribs. On second thought, it really depends which side of the buffet you start on.
With Allegra, allergies don't hold us back. Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin, and unlike Zyrtec, it won't make us drowsy, so you can live your greatness. And Allegra hives works from inside to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
Ruined our meal. I got everything right, except for the plates.
Don't get paper plates that'll leave a stain on your pasta night. Get Dixie Ultra Deep Dish Plates. Extra deep to help prevent spills. Dixie, make it right.
I like these side view shots from like the old school days. It really gives you kind of a feeling of what it was like in the 80s and 90s. Like right here. Just the way that the helmet looks and like the jersey.
Certainly made me a better coach. Miami wins this series 3 games to 2 in game 1. Butler made a fourth quarter comeback and got the win. In game 2, you recall, Brad Williams broke the bear. Another big game for Butler. Game 3, Bam and Lee with a win. But in game 4, the Celtics were from. Team was good.
Is that what you have? You got the Pluto?
Moments ago, Alio Force caught up with the rookie head coach of the Celtics, Joe Mazzulla.
Well, Coach, what are some of the ways that this team showed you they had the readiness and togetherness to compete tonight?
Yeah, man, first shot defense is pretty good. We got to do a better job on the second shot. We got to do a better job of edging out the shooters.
What are other ways that you've been able to keep Jimmy Butler quiet so far?
Nice. I actually like, my first ones were like NHL 94 and 95 on the Genesis, but I have a lot of the NHL 2000, 2001, 2002, like PlayStation 2. I got a lot of memories from those as well. It's like Madden 2001. I mean, there's just so many memories. I mean, I guess it just depends on, how often you played it and what kind of memories you have, or, if you had, friends or brothers or other people that, that would come over and play. Yeah. Old school, man. And the old school NHL games are so fun. You know what I mean? Like you can even go back to like the Genesis days in the 94, 95, and I could literally play that for hours and still be like content. It's got the players' names in it. It's just the graphics are a little bit different, but once you get the controls down, I fucking grew up with like Atari and Nintendo when it was like 1 button to 2 buttons. So then when you start going into like 3 buttons and 6 buttons, the more buttons, the better. And there was just so many different things, that you would use on the PlayStation controller, like big check, spin move. There was all the different commands with like the top triggers. I miss it, man. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. And I had one of those adapters where we could play 4 players that I bought. I paid extra money. So then I would buy more controllers and I'd have 4. And I'd have my buddies come over and then, we would do 2-on-2 or whatever. And, and we do that for any sport like college football, NCAA football, Madden. One person's a quarterback, the other person's a running back or wide receiver, and you play, or you do FIFA. But the NHL one was always intense. Hook it up to a little Bose surround sound. Oh my God. The neighbors fucking love me. Face Off 2003. Nice. $20. Let's get to a hundo. 80 to go to hit the first goal. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, unreal. That's a cheat code. $35-29 Celtics. 11 minutes left in the second quarter. And we got a few minutes before we get started with the second period with the Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. Oh, Jalen at the top of the key. Anything else you want to see, Sarah, before we start off the second period? And we'll get some more goats to come through, and hopefully we'll have a successful next 3 or 4 days. 10:30 left in the second quarter. Ooh, big 3 for Robinson. There we go. 35-32 Celtics. All right, Marcus Smart with the N1. Patty in the building. Patty angry about hockey. He said, fuck hockey. Angry dog. Yeah, hey, but you missed the game, but your Pirates took care of me yesterday. That was the most home runs they hit all year. I think they had 7, but we got you back with Castillo today. 10 Ks, 1 hitter. And we ended up getting a nice dub against you guys. So a little payback for us today. A little Seth freaking Rollins. Okay. $38-35 Boston. Oh, Tatum. I better go back to the hockey. Oh, they're still talking. That's a dope photo.
Are you ready? You better be. Because this show is beyond spectacular. Here, perception is beyond belief.
That's a dope photo. Incredible. Let's go, baby. Yep.
To believe it. Experience the exhilaration of the Lexus Performance line.
I had fun. I got, I tried to sleep and whatnot, but I had a feeling that it was going to be, like looking at it on the card, it looked like it had a lot of potential. You always know you're going to have a couple shitty ones, a couple endings that piss you off. But overall, I was impressed.
Sometimes it's a blur. Because life never stops. You need someone you can trust to go right along with you, no matter where the future
Let me go click back to the game here real quick.
Tea steeped in drama from Sin City to Brooklyn? Or do you want something a little spicy? Because I got tea on all the.
With an unlimited plan that's truly right for me. With Verizon's new My Plan, I get exactly what I want and only pay for what I need.
Now I'm in charge. My plan. Introducing My Plan from Verizon. The first and only plan where you pick your perks and save on every one. So you get exactly what you want and only pay for what you need. And it all starts at just $30 on the network you want. Because it's your Verizon.
Spotlight on America investigates closing the financial learning gap.
Friday at 6 on K2 News.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Summer's here, and with the new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer
Oh, yeah.
summer, like getting ice cream, movie nights, hiking with the backbeat, having sunset, or just playing catch. Go long.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places. No signal. I don't have home internet.
Oh, that's a red flag. Your mom looks a lot like me.
Couple of highs.
Thank you.
There's dead spots all over this place.
You really are. Oh wow.
Are you getting a good signal?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do for Monday Night Raw though. You know what kind of show are we gonna get? Okay, so I think the second period we're gonna be starting here in just a moment.
APR and $1,000 on a qualifying trade for a 2023 Edge, Escape, or Explore. Only at your local Ford dealer. Download the K2 Weather app, your first line of defense when wildfires threaten.
Let's go, baby. Second period, baby. Electricity in the air, baby. Night of Champions. All right, started the second period. Let's go, baby. Knotted up at 1. Yeah, times are changing. Yeah, but it's not really a fair comparison because it's not like AEW has had enough time to be able to get people from WWE. It's like if you already have the best in the world in one company and then you're starting another company, you hope that you can at least have one that ends up making a name for themselves like Dr. Britt Baker. But of course, it's not even a fair comparison, for that division. Now, if you ended up having like Sasha Banks and a few other people come over and then you had maybe 4 strong females in AEW, then it would be even, but the chances of, a lot of these females going over there, I'm not sure how likely that is. Nice save. But I'm glad we were actually being able to see, like, different showcases of different wrestlers in the pay-per-view. We saw what kind of reaction Io Sky got, in Puerto Rico, which was nice to see. And she's definitely entertaining. So maybe we'll get an Io Sky Asuka matchup in the near future. That could be incredible. We're in the second period, tied up at 1. And a trip to the Stanley Cup is on the line for Vegas if they win tonight in front of their home fans. They're up 3-1 in the series in the West Finals. Dallas ended up getting the last game, so they didn't get swept, but I'm not really sure if they're – so far in the first period, they're playing like they're trying to keep up. They're not just like, they don't want their season to end, and that's really what you're playing for at this point, to take it one more game. $14 shots on goal for the Stars, 10 for Vegas. But hopefully Monday Night Raw doesn't end up being like just super flat, which there is probably a high possibility of that happening. It's like sometimes Monday Night Raws after pay-per-views are amazing, but sometimes they disappoint. Oh, my God, that could have went in. Oh, Andre didn't even see it. I know, Asuka's fun. I enjoyed the pay-per-view. All right, we're on a face-off. First period, Ivan Barbashev with the first goal, and then Luke Glendening about a minute and a half after. And that's where we're at right now. $14 shots on goal for Dallas, 10 for Vegas. Big hits, Dallas 14, Vegas 7. Face-offs 1, Vegas 11, Dallas 10. And penalty minutes, Dallas 2, Vegas 0. So maybe we'll get a power play in this particular period. Get it out of there. Good save by Aiden Hill. Yeah. How many years ago did that happen? I don't know. For me, kind of the days just blend together. Kind of like when it was COVID. You didn't fucking know if it was Monday or fucking Thursday. But since I grind like every day pretty much, so it's like, obviously certain days are gonna have certain events, but I mean when you're grinding every day, I mean they just kind of blend together. Oh, what a goal! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh my goodness, Chandler!
it's too late. Vegas a quarter puncher. It's 2-1. His 8th of the playoffs. Second of this series. He has a game winner.
Chandler season face. Oh, I see you, baby. Chandler Stevenson goal. Snapshot assisted by Shea Theodore and Jonathan Marchessault. 2-1 Vegas. Yeah. Tom in the building. How are you? Nice job. 2-1 Vegas. I think they're done. You know, they're trying to end this. There's like, we need to go to the Stanley Cup already. Florida's already had a few days. Sagan. Oh. We haven't seen it get chippy yet. Everyone's falling down. Wow. Plus 16 goal differential. Best in the NHL, the Golden Knights this postseason. Oh, my God. I'm just surprised that all their defensemen are 6'2" to 6'6". That would just blew my mind. I did not think – I knew they were big, but I didn't know it was like that. Especially when you get guys that are 6'2" to 6'6" that actually can play. Oh! Oh! Wow! Jason Robertson. Let's go. There was that last little flip at the very, very end. That was sick. Yes, he is. He's scorching. Just when you think Vegas is going to, start to, pile up maybe the goals, they fire back like a minute later. Both goals a minute later. No problem. Look at this right here. Oh, baby. Right over his head and his shoulder. Unbelievable. Get the fuck out of here. Before that Robertson goal, after that Robertson goal. Get the fuck out of here. Nice job, Jason. 2-2. Well, I was hoping for like a 4-3 type of game instead of like, a 3-0 first period for Vegas and the game was already over. So great to see them fighting. Awesome. Fuck yeah, man. I see you. Goals this series, 5. Rest of the team. Where are you, Joe? Where are you, Hintz? Wake up. I love it, man. Obviously, Carolina wishes they could be as good as Dallas because every time, Florida scored, it was another score by Florida. It wasn't a response score. Oh, what a save. Wow, that got behind Ottinger. If there was just another Golden Knight there, that would have been another goal. I mean, sometimes you just got to have guys that have good awareness that are trying to help the goalie out. And any way they can, if they're in the right spot, stretching out with your stick just to get it out of there. You don't want to give up a cheap one where your goalie has no chance because it's behind him. Unbelievable, baby. Stars goal by Jason Robertson, assisted by Zuda and Volosky. 5:21 in the second period. 2-2 tie. Quicksilver in the building. Your boy's back. Oh! So many shots are like right there, too. Oh, my God. The intensity in this Game 5 is awesome. I was praying that it would be like this. I was like, it'd be really cool if the WWE pay-per-view ended up being good, and then this matchup ended up being good, not a blowout. And so far, so good. 19 shots on goal for Dallas, 15 for Vegas. Big hits, Dallas 15, Vegas 11. Faceoffs 1, Vegas 15, Dallas 11. And then penalty minutes, Dallas just with 2. So no power plays. Maybe we'll get one in some point in the second period or possibly in the third. Yes, exactly what I needed, for this, holiday weekend. And the Mariners got a dub, beating the Pirates, which is a little payback for yesterday, which they got destroyed. My dad's Dodgers won. So, yeah, it's been a good day today. Me and Paisley got to go to a river twice, close to my house. So, there we go. Nice save by Aiden Hill. Right here. Oh, baby. Oh, right off his face. My gosh. Incredible. And a lot of these shots that aren't going in are like good quality shots. They're not just, just shooting to shoot just to get the numbers up. All right, I'm going to go check up on Paisley here real quick.
This one looks nice.
That's a house favorite. And it's served with your choice of plans. Thank you.
I love it.
There's gotta be
We're knotted up at 2. 11:56 left in the second period.
How do you know all this?
I come here a lot. Love the service.
At AT&T, new and existing customers can choose any Google Pixel with your choice of plans and always get our best deal.
As an actor, it's my job to make people believe what they're seeing is real.
Wow! That's fantastic! Or was I just acting? Only way to find out is to try it yourself.
Cashback is good, but double cashback is even better. Discover matches all the cashback you earned at the end of your first year, which is cashback at its best.
Yeah, welcome back to Vegas. You're Golden Knights coach Chris Cassidy. Chris, how do you feel about the way your team is playing so far?
Oh, we're going to go a bit security, much more urgency on the puck. We're getting better looks. We've each gotten a goal. So, at the end of the day, we weren't as determined as that in the first period. We got through it. So, here we are. If we keep this pace up, I like it.
Well, there's a lot of chances. Is there anything you take up defensively?
Well, listen, that's what too much there on the rush, right? We're trying to close gaps so we can get on top of them, but they're good players. They're eager coming every time. So, we just got to make sure that we're better in the ozone so they don't have as much energy to get off the ice.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a big part of their approach. Keep the puck in the offensive end. Do the job of the
Yeah, I definitely. Well, if Boston came to play with some urgency, I mean, they are the team that is going to be backs against the wall because if they lose, the season's over. But Miami needs to match that urgency because if it does go back to Boston for Game 7, there's a good possibility Miami could end up losing. But we just don't see teams come back from 3-0 or 3-1 often. But especially 3-0, we know that. So much action. Hockey to me sometimes is like football where I can't get enough. Like I know when we have 3 periods, but sometimes it's like I want 4. I want 5. I want, I want overtime. I want more. Sometimes like 3 isn't enough for me. That's kind of how I feel this game. Like I feel this one could keep going. Oh. Icing.
shifts. The Landry makes a strong play on the puck and shifts it towards Hill, who has to follow, track it, turn it aside. The depth part of the lineup has been the best they've been for Dallas. We got the goal from Inning. We've got a good shift here again from the Landry and Cimarrocca as well. Face off control by Dallas. Puck and pass down the length of the ice. Another icing whistle.
Another icing call.
The Stars, the NHL now on roadblocks, lead your team to victory in this new fast-paced style ice hockey with NHL Blast. Explore today at NHL.
All right, Ottinger. What you got?
This has been a blast inside T-Mobile Arena today. Eichel and Toby the draw to the left of Ottinger. Off the wall.
All right, we're about halfway through the second period. 10-10 left. Still knotted up at 2. Both teams playing aggressive as hell. Oh, that was almost another goal.
They tried to put it under the crossbar. It went too high. More pressure now from Vegas. Trying to take the lead for the third time. Marchessault dangling dangerously up high. Got through the traffic. Eichel centered for Barbashev. A spin by Lindell. Martinez to Pietrangelo.
Oh, a one-timer. Out of play.
Teams taking turns, generating great opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if Boston can, play with that kind of urgency, I mean, and that's not good right now if you're the Miami Heat. You know what I mean? Like, if you're up 3-0, you didn't sweep them, then it went from 3-1, and then that game that was 3-2, you wanted to make sure you played good basketball there. You didn't, so you were at 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, and now you're on the cusp of having it be 3-3. But as we know, it's very hard to beat a team, 4 times in a row, or like in football, 3 times in a row. You might be able to get them a couple times, but that last game, sometimes that's where the cutoff is. But I mean, it's not looking good for Miami, but we've seen Miami turn it around. So they're going to get their run in the second half. Spoelstra will have to outcoach Missoula, which should be pretty easy. And then they just have to actually get some shots to go down and play some fucking defense because they don't know how. So we'll see. Good shit tonight.
They said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are one thing, but you can't make cars. All right, you're a car company, but you won't win Formula One in a highway. Well, you'll never compete off road. What about when there is no road?
William Karlsson been a little quiet. See if he gets going here in the second period or possibly the third period.
The power of dreams.
And we've already seen Barbashev score. And the crowd is into it, which is good, which, you already know that they know they win. They go to the Stanley Cup. Why wouldn't you want to be there? Fucking awesome, man. Yeah, it's nice, man. $20. Let's get to a hundo. $80 to go for the first goal, and then hopefully we can get to the next one. 9:30 left in the second period. Still knotted up at 2. Vegas leads the series 3-1. And Dallas is playing like they're trying to win. They're not just hanging around waiting for the, celebratory, jumping up and down. We're going to the Stanley Cup for Vegas. They're like, hey, we're trying to extend the series a little bit longer. We're not ready to end our season yet. But a little unusual to see Dallas, respond so quickly after a Vegas goal. But you know what? I'm really happy that they did. It's one thing to do it once and score like a minute 30 later, but to do it twice and then score 2 minutes later, it might be a little foreshadowing of what's to come, possibly in the third period.
The youngest active player who's played in more than 100 playoff this squad, he'll play in many more. Back after it, Hanley. And for one of the few times today, the play is not frantic at either end of the ice. The crowd has caught its breath. That's a rarity here in T-Mobile. Here's Stevens looking over his shoulder, see what he has coming. Center's level. Retrieved by Stone off the far board. And he was indecisive in a double team. They wound up having to go back to the neutral zone, played in by Martinez. It bounces to Stone. Off for Stevens.
Oh, so much intensity in this matchup. It's like, where was this in the series? You just got to get to a point where everything's fucking must win and everyone goes crazy. Oh, stolen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, breakaway. Oh, good defense. He's fucking Vegas 6'2" to 6'6". Big-ass defenseman, man. Seven minutes to go. Still knotted up at 2. 22 shots on goal for Dallas, 17 for Vegas. Big hits, 16 for Dallas, 14 for Vegas, and they have the same amount of faceoffs won. A push at 15, and still Dallas with only 2 penalty minutes.
Robertson now 53 combined goals. The regular season, playing 46 and 7 here in the playoffs. Here's one.
Oh, good save by Ottinger.
Good defensive work by Suter to make it hard on Wong.
Nice job, Jake.
Pretty lucky that wasn't Rove hits over there. Off the face-off, controlled by Vegas. Face-off was dead even, 15 wins apiece. Prior to that drop, Olson played it around.
I wonder when it's going to start getting chippy, when we're going to get the first fist to a face. When are we going to get it? Are we going to get it in this period, or are we going to have to wait to the third period before they get chippy? I mean, I love great saves. I like big checks. Amazing goals on breakaways, power play goals. Nice little slap shots. But man, a good fist to the fucking eye or the jaw. That's always good too. Facts. 5 minutes to go. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. He's trying to go 1-on-3. He ain't going to score that way. .420 to go. I wonder if we're going to get at least another goal here before the second period ends. I think they're kind of done feeling each other out, and now everything's on the line. Oh, gosh. If he didn't get knocked down right there, that could have been a good opportunity. .340 to go in the second period. Yeah, one thing by watching all of these hockey matchups, though, it does make me like want to play the PlayStation or the Genesis and play some old NHL. Or even like Blades of Steel, for that matter. Just something. Blades of Steel. Nothing like those EA Sports Sega games, though, in the mid-90s. NBA Live 95, NHL 94, 95. Madden 95. Man, the 95 was a special year. Like, I could play all the 95 games on the Genesis for like a billion hours. Oh, 2 minutes to go. We had to goats. Are they going to commercial break? Let me flip over. Well, it's halftime. 57-53. At least Miami's only down by 4. That's because if they were down by like 8 to 12, they might be fucked. But bringing it all the way down to 4, Miami still has a good shot now. Agreed. Cheddar brats. That sounds fantastic. I'm jealous. And normally I don't get pizza, that often, but I was like trying to think about, okay, like if I'm trying to maximize my food, what would be the smartest thing to get? If I get like fast food, or if I get, like Panda Express, like that's just going to be a meal. Will there be leftovers? And if there will, how many bites? Like it won't even be like a full meal after. So sometimes it's like if you're going to order and not, go somewhere, sometimes doing like a pizza is a good option, because not only you have food when you're hungry, you have food later that night. You smoke or drink and whatever, right? And then if you're lucky enough, depending on how big of a pizza you got, you might even have a piece or two in the morning. You got to set yourself up. And I was just craving. I usually like combo pizzas the best, but I was feeling like a meaty pizza. Give me like a sausage and the pepperoni and salami, just like meat everything with all the cheese. And I was like, yes, that sounds great. All right, we got less than 2 minutes to go in the second period. Minute 45 left. First comeback win of the playoffs in Game 4. And that was when Robertson had his 2 goals, and he's been on a fucking heater. Didn't have any goals against the Kraken, and then started to get some assists, and then the goals just started flowing. Hell, if Jason was actually able to get goals against Seattle, that series wouldn't even went 7. Dallas probably would have won that series in probably 5 or 6, probably 6, because Seattle was, very good. But just kind of crazy to think that they were playing that well with one of their top 3 guys getting no goals in the whole series. That's fucking nuts. Shows you how deep they are. Strawberry and ice cream. Yum. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, sounds great. I love summertime, or once we get from spring into summer. It's like, a little Memorial Day, 4th of July, just eating some hot dogs and whatnot. But I feel sometimes for me, like 4th of July ends up sometimes disappointing for me because like sometimes you don't see fireworks, or maybe sometimes you plan fun things with friends and things fall through. But I don't know. I feel like with 4th of July, it's really hit or miss. Sometimes it ends up being like really memorable. Sometimes you end up hanging around people that you want to hang around for 4th of July. And then sometimes it ends up being like not that good. At least I don't know. Maybe it's different for you guys, but I just feel it's like that one holiday where it's not like a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or a birthday, but it's like an event, but it doesn't always turn out the way that you want. I don't know. Maybe just people are getting faded so early in the morning. And then some people got their own fireworks show. Sometimes people want you to go, to like the local fireworks show or somewhere in town. You just never really know what the fuck is going to happen on a 4th of July. I know one time I was driving and I got pulled over on a 4th of July, and I probably should have got my car taken away, but I didn't, which was nice. All right, we're knotted up at 2 in the second period, baby. I know, only one minor penalty the whole game. Was wild. 24 shots on goal for Dallas, 18 for Vegas, 21 hits for Dallas, 15 for Vegas. So Dallas, check mark. And Dallas faceoffs won 17, Vegas 16. So they literally are winning every category. All 3, they got it at least by 1 or more. Dallas is rebounding off Vegas. Vegas needs now just to be able to kind of strong arm them, but it seems like every time they try to get the lead, Dallas responds. So even though I'm a Bucks fan, easily Kyle Shanahan. That's my number one. I just like smart, people, that I'm a defensive guy, right? But I do appreciate what he does on that side of the ball. Very intelligent. And then obviously having the connection with his dad, Mike, that's another reason. So, well, yeah, the Vegas, you took them out of the game. They're still into it, but it's not like, oh, we're up, 4-1. We're going to the Stanley Cup. It's like kind of like you're a little on edge right now. Like you still think you can win. Yeah, it might go to overtime, but you guys are really bringing everything you have, which is nice, to be able to see. We want to be able to see the best of the best. And it would have been a hell of a lot better if the series was 2-2 rather than 3-1, as far as anticipation and having it go 6 or 7. But again, one bad game by a goalie like Ottinger, giving up 3 goals in the first period. He got benched, and that was kind of the end of the series. So, but I still like Dallas fighting. Shows a lot of heart and pride, with the organization. You don't want to have that Seattle and 7 mean nothing. Facts. And that's another thing too. Ottinger should be better than 9-8. His skill set is a 12-5 type of goalie, not 9-8. There's been a few that slipped away from him. But so far, so good today. He didn't give up, 3 goals in the first period. He hasn't got benched. He hasn't got pulled. So far, so good. Electric matchup so far. And then we're still at halftime for the NBA. That's the big question. Can Dallas be the team on the offensive, right? And can they take the lead? And then Vegas, will they be able to respond? True. Very true.
Wells Fargo has donated $50 million in support of indigenous families, including funding solar furnaces that convert cement into household furniture.
57-53 Celtics up by 4 at half on the road, and we're just into the second intermission here. So let me go to TNT because I imagine the third quarter will start before the third period.
Winning or losing streak was coming into this one. They didn't want to show it, but it doesn't really matter. Because heck, we normally do that in our pregame show. My producer Tim Kiley this time the pregame.
Good matchup so far. And hopefully Jimmy will have a good second half for this Celtics and Heat matchup. Otherwise, if Miami drops this game, they have a very high probability of possibly losing the series. That'd be embarrassing. Imagine going up 3-0 in a series and losing 4 in a row. Not a good look.
So you have it.
Years ago, we
Who's going to be the hero for Vegas? Could it be Jonathan Marchessault? Could be. Could be.
okay, nobody heard you. I did hear you.
Geico makes it easy to save on homeowners insurance.
Ugh, I can't wait to get out of here. I'm right into my shower. New diet with hydrogen complex and vitamin E cleanses deep that is gentle on skin. Diet of your day. Let's do this.
What do you guys think came first, the chicken or the baby back ribs? Baby back ribs.
Chicken tenders all the way.
Baby back ribs.
Chicken tenders.
Baby back ribs. Baby back ribs. Baby back.
Chicken tenders.
On second thought, it really depends which side of the buffet you start on.
With Goldbond, you can age on your own terms. Retinol Overnight means the smoothing benefits of retinol are now for your whole body. Plus, fast-working quick corrector diminishes wrinkled skin in just 2 days. Goldbond, champion your skin. Color me amused. Double these plates up, or you could have a total mess on your hands. Don't get big for plates that can leave you feeling blue. Get Dixie Ultra Plates, 3 times stronger than the leading store brand. Dixie, make it right.
Yeah. Commercials are insane nowadays. It's like the Burger King commercial now evolved from like, 1 or 2 different variations, and now they have like a 5-minute version. It's insane.
The Lazarus Project, premieres June 4th on TNT.
All right, we're about to start the third quarter for the basketball game, so we'll watch that for a few minutes until we get to the third period of the matchup here for hockey.
He did kind of get it going late, but they're trying to keep him on the outside. He needs to be more decisive. There's the missed shot, and even Bam has struggled. Yeah, but Bam's 1 for 5 in the paint. You see the numbers, the Heat, 7 for 27 in the paint, Reggie. The three-point shooting has kept them close. Allie, what'd you find out at halftime from the coaches?
Well, I talked to my assistant coach Chris Wood. He said, "Listen, we know that we didn't play our best. This is our message to the team. We didn't play our best, and we are within 4. They are a great basketball team. There is no room for error here. We have to bring our best game in the second half." He also you don't keep going to him, you're confident that he will have an impact. He always does. I checked in on Robert Williams, who we saw exit from the locker room in the second quarter. He is cleared the floor, and he is, I think, totally fine.
By Strus and down court for Butler. That's right to him. Inside to Cunningham in the corner. Three Strus.
All right, 57-55. Celtics, 11:25 left in the third quarter. Obviously, both teams will have nice runs to be able to try to get the advantage. And one. Yeah, Jaylen Brown is special. Shitty defense there by Miami. Technical on Spoelstra.
I think this may have been a hook on Jaylen Brown. And if it is, that could be his fourth foul. This could be a
Oh, wow. Going from an and one to an offensive foul. That would be crazy. That could be the beginning of the end of the Celtics if he's got 4. Oh, it was a hook. Oh, damn. Jaylen Brown's going to go to the bench with 4. Uh-oh. That could be the beginning of the end. Anything that you want to be able to see, Sarah? You got anything for us to pass the time? Anything that you want to be able to see for your donos? You let me know. Obviously, we had a little bit of Seth Rollins. We could do something from earlier today or anything that you're thinking. Got a couple minutes to kill.
Another Ultra, courtesy of, you know you have a highlight Airbox. Cheers, my friend.
I love you.
Thank you. Talk to you into Mr. Webb. No, please don't. I need you here now. So you're saying you could travel back in time? Bruce, I can fix things.
I can save people. I can save my mom. I can save your parents.
You can also destroy everything. How's cool? Cool.
I don't like this. All my shows are ending. Flash just ended. Last season of Mayans.
This one must die. I'm not going to lose her again. It's not Clark.
My name is Kara. I will help you.
Interesting group. Want some help? He's not there. Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. We're in uncharted territory. What do? We try not to die.
Are you ready?
Ready. Let's go. Flash.
It's fancy friends.
It's a new bird. Zach.
Damn, look at this throwback. Look what Ripley. Look what Ripley looks like.
Assistants in Florida, they said both contacts were marginal, so it's a no call. The basket counts. Miami ball. The good part of that for Miami is because
Look at Ripley.
they do not lose.
Wow, and look at what Oscar looks like now. Obviously, from so many things have changed. Oh my God,
Brown would be going to the free throw line.
good pay-per-view today.
That's correct. I think that's maybe the first time we've seen
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow either. It could be really, really dead, but I still got to grind, you know. It's got to keep working. Never know who might be able to show up and help and support the cause and everything. So we'll see. As long as the weather is good, we'll do NASCAR or baseball tomorrow, and then possibly baseball maybe on Monday. You know, depending on what we see what the schedule is. So
just a quick correction on what I said. Miami does still lose the time.
Celtics 59, Heat 55. And I assume that it hasn't started up yet.
So let's say 1 point.
Nice pass. Stolen. Fucking Tatum. Out of control, motherfucker. Get in control, Tatum. Go on, Jimmy. You got to take over the game. You're at home. I mean, there's no excuses. You were up 3-0. You don't want to lose 3 games in a row after winning 3. Well, it's must win for Dallas, you know, but Vegas should win because they're at home. You know what I mean? Like you win the big games late in the series at home. You win game 5, you win game 7 at home. And then depending on where the series is, if you're at home on game 6, you got to win. You can't give up game 6 at home against a competitive team in any series, MLB, NBA, or NHL, or you're asking to lose the series. Stolen. No foul call? Wow. Was there a foul call on Jimmy there or no? No, I'm going to go back to the hockey matchup here. Are they still talking? It looks like it's a commercial.
Let's go places. Joe slip past Mia traveling down the boulevard and boyfriend's back.
I'll go back, try to soak in as much footage as we can. Celtics up by 4. 59-55. That was a foul on Jimmy Butler. Grabbed his arm. All right, I'm going to bring up the basketball game here back on the computer so I can watch both. Kind of see how these all play out. Uh-oh, Jaylen Brown with his 4th, going to the bench. There's a chance now for Miami to take over this game. Could it be the beginning of the end for Boston? Possibly. All right, I'm going back to the NHL on ABC. Got the game on here on the computer. We're good to go. How much more time?
Here, the experience blurs the line between reality and the surreal.
Who's going to be the hero in this 3rd period? William Karlsson? Kind of been quiet today. What about Captain Jack? Could be him. They're ready. Or will the Stars surprise the world and keep extending the series? Could the hero be Joe? He's done it before. Can it be Rupe Hintz? Very possible. Hell, could it be Jason? He's been hot. I mean, they got plenty of guys to do it. Or it could be someone that's a sleeper like Tyler. You never know. Or Wyatt. Or maybe even Mason. All right, baby. Here we go. Third period. Jake Ottinger. Aiden Hill. Let's go. All right, here we go. This could be the last period of Dallas's season. We could have the Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup against the Florida Panthers, or we are going to have a Game 6 in Dallas. What will it be? And I did want some Game 6 and Game 7s in the NBA and the NHL, but I didn't know if I was going to get any. That's always nice. I think most people are off. I mean, we won't be. We'll be grinding. Oh my God. That was so close. That should have been a goal. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dallas. Oh, they can taste that. Oh, what a save. Ottinger with a save. Aiden Hill with a save. Unreal. I think this might be the most entertaining game of all the games so far. I mean, all the games have been, good except for the one blowout, but this one, the intensity and the shots on goal have been like a little bit more crisp, and they've been like more on. It's just the saves have been a little bit more unbelievable. It easily could be a 4-4 game right now, and for us to be sitting at 2-2 is pretty remarkable. And a couple have gone off the face mask and whatnot. And we haven't really had a lot of penalties. They haven't been getting chippy. They haven't been fighting each other. Look right here. Oh, just like he needs to go higher, top shelf. Just like Hintz early on, top shelf, bud. Oh. Yeah. Well, if the Carolina could have fucking did anything and they had some offensive players and they could have fought the greatness of Florida, that one could have been at least Carolina with 1 at the very minimum. And then I was hoping 2. So it would be like 6 or something. But, sometimes you get to the Final Four and you realize that you're not on the same level as the other 3 or the other 2. Uh-oh. 4-on-2. Uh-oh. Oh! 17:50 left in the third period. 62-60 Celtics up by 2. I love it. Multiple things on. Seriously, heart rates are at an all-time high. Even if you don't give a shit about one of the other sports, I mean, you got some good stuff going on here on the weekend. Meaningful games that have a lot of impact. Oh, where'd the puck go? There it is. They lost it for a second. They're like, where the hell did it go? Oh, we got guys falling on the ground now. Chippy. Oh! No, they've been getting dominated by Dallas. You're at home. You should have been, imposing your will. You're trying to get to the Stanley Cup. You need to play with some urgency, and sometimes that's the problem when you're up in the series and you're at home and you have a chance to end it, but sometimes the desperate team, plays desperate hockey, and the team that is desperate sometimes ends up willing themselves to a victory, even though they're in a tough situation, like some teams on the road, like Dallas right now. But if I had to gauge on who's been winning the battle, even though the game has been 2-2, it's definitely Dallas today. They're playing like they're at home, and it's kind of surprising, to be very honest. I'm surprised that Vegas hasn't been more aggressive overall, But you got to give Dallas credit. It's not really Vegas's fault. I think it's Dallas brought it today. This is a must-win game for them, and they're playing like it. So sometimes it's a little bit of both. One team underwhelming and a team exceeding the expectations. But fantastic, though. Oh, Grand Prix tomorrow. F1. I have seen some of the videos on like Instagram of people like on rooftops, and they're like blown away by how fast the F1 cars are. That would be awesome to be rich and to go, eat some food or drink some coffee and just be on the top of a building and watch some fucking F1. I don't watch F1 on a regular basis or anything like that, but I mean, I've caught a few over the years. But I don't know enough to be a fan of it. Know how to play.
This is the second chance that Vegas has had in the high slot this year. The first one was Amadio. This is Stone, where they overcommit low, and that winger's not deep enough to get a stick onto Mark Stone. Stone's got a really good chance, like he has all night. Jake Ottinger takes one step out, blocks the shot, in position, calmly turns it aside. Ryan Suter sent it in.
All right, 16 minutes to go in the third period. We're knotted up at 2, and it's been very intense right from the first puck drop. Oh, little jab to the head there. Okay. It took all the way to the third period in 15 minutes to get a jab in the head, but I saw one. But they haven't really been getting at each other just yet. Another pluck out of play.
Doing his thing in an elimination game again, entering tonight's 3-1 for the 186 goals against.
All right, shots on goal, Dallas 27, Vegas 22. Big hits, Dallas 22, Vegas 15. And faceoffs 1, dead even at 19. And just a minor penalty all game. We're in the third period. Dallas 2 minutes, Vegas 0. Very crazy to not have penalties and to be at this point. But it's been a great matchup. That's for damn sure. Now they just won that last faceoff. So Dallas is leading every category. Faceoffs 1, shots on goal, and hits. And the game flow feels like it. It feels like Dallas is ahead, or, since they are tied, that even though they're on the road, they feel like they're playing like a home team. Now, if they could have played with this kind of urgency early on, maybe we'd be sitting at 2-2 right now with a chance for them to go up 3-2. Shows you how like one game can fuck your whole momentum in the series. – 14 minutes left in the third period. Captain Jack. Oh, there goes a stick. Ottinger with a save. Nice save by Jake.
Really good job by the Dallas defense. Eichel out into the corner, so there's no room to drive the net. Goes back to the point that with all this traffic, it's so amazing when you see that view that the goaltender's in the right position. They read where the shot is, and they get a glimpse. They can find the puck to make that.
No, I don't think so, Matt.
Another face-off win.
They're just trying to be able to mentor him and build something. It's not like the bloodline where they've been dominant for years and years and whatnot, and then the faction is breaking up at this point. Judgment Day is just starting off. Plus, you already had the Finn Balor Edge, thing. So Cyberpunk in the building. What's good, bro?
Under another squeeze.
Hope you're having a good holiday weekend.
The Stanley Cup playoffs on ABC are presented by Geico. See how easy it is to bundle all your insurance needs.
So I got the Celtics and the Heat on the computer, and that one's a pretty good matchup. At first, it looked like the Celtics were going to run away with it in the first half, but now it's a little bit closer, a little bit more respectable, but still Boston 69, Miami 64. Jaylen Brown with 4 fouls, though, on the bench. So this will be a good opportunity for Miami to take the lead by the time that the fourth quarter starts. And if they have the lead, chances are they may be able to hang on to it. But the way that Boston's been playing in the first 3 quarters, that might not be possible. So, and in the matchup here today, it's 2-2, and it's been very even. Megan is back. How's the migraine? You still got the migraine? Cyberpunk always being cyber. What's good, bro? Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, and you can post or send me a picture or hop in the stream, and yeah, that'll be awesome. That's exciting. 66-62 Boston. Oh my gosh, thank you, bro. You have no idea like how stressed out I have been, just with everything. And the only reason it got to this position is just I had like my worst month of 2023 last month. And normally, when I work almost every day throughout a month, I usually use whatever I get on the YouTube side to pay rent. I don't use anything else with all the money that I earn because I get it a month later. And, bro, you have no idea how much I was thinking, what am I going to do? Like, I was coming up with so many like things in my head, like situations and stuff. And thank you so much, man. The worst feeling is, just knowing that like, that you're doing good and things are picking up. And then you're getting like super chat stuff, but then all of a sudden you got like bills coming up. And then, like I said, right when I thought I was getting kind of close, and then I recognized that my fucking credit card on top of this rent was due. And I'm like, oh no. And then the credit card was due like tomorrow. So I was like, well, now I have to use some of my rent money that I had saved up to use it to pay that fucking thing, so that's another $100 or whatever. So I was like, but I just got to keep a positive attitude and just hope that people like you come through in the clutch. And, thank you so much. Cyberpunk with a $300 dono. My boy. Thank you, brother. Yeah. This isn't the first time or last time that you'll probably end up saving my ass big time, and I appreciate you. Not $100, not $200. How about a $300 dono, huh? How about that? Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. He says, I don't want my boy to be fucking unemployed. I don't want my boy to be fucking homeless. I want him to continue the dream. Appreciate you, brother. $300 dono, my boy. Thank you so much, dude. Means a lot. He's making it rain. Oh, thank you so much, man. Yeah, much, much appreciated. And I know it's one of those things that, you could always spread it out like 100, 100, 100. But obviously with the kind of circumstances with everything, thank you so much, man. Like I honestly if I end up being a little poor, a little broke, but as long as shit is paid and I got a roof over my head and I can make Paisley happy, and I can spend time with you guys every day, that's all that matters to me at this point. Thank you so much, man. I mean, like I said, if it wasn't for you, I don't know. I mean, bottom line, I wouldn't be able to do this shit fucking full time without you. And thank you so much for saving, man. And like I said, hopefully, it doesn't have to come to this situation that often, because I am going to try to work, 28 out of 30 days or 30 out of 30 or 31 out of 31 days. And some days, you have great days. Other days are a little bit more challenging. But thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Really, really means a lot, because the most important thing in my life is this. Is my dreams and the goals and Paisley. So as long as I have this in my life, and I can spend time with Paisley, I know my mental health will be in the right spot. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Now Sarah's like, you can get Snapples. Yeah, I can get Snapples now with your money. Yay. I can actually get something to drink. I can actually eat food and not feel terrible about it. no more eating air sandwiches or fingernails. You actually can eat food like normal people. But yeah, let me know what you want to see for photos at any point, and I got you. We got 11 minutes left in the third period. We're knotted up at 2. It's game 5. Vegas is up 3-1, but Dallas is playing like they want to force game 6 in Dallas. And then obviously we have the Celtics and Heat on, just going at each other right now as well. Thank you, man. You almost make me cry, dude. Like, it's just, and normally, like I said, when we grind it out, but it just shows, some months are going to be better than others, but when things are at a struggle point, it just is. But you just have to keep the faith and keep positive that the right people will come through, and you'll be able to make things work. So thank you, man. Appreciate you. 11 minutes left in the third period. Dallas 29 shots on goal. Vegas 25. Another save there by Ottinger. Smother dog. Bro, I wish I didn't know if you were going to come in and watch it with us. Dude, it was awesome. Dude, 5 out of 7 matches were bangers. It had a potential to have 6 out of 7 if they didn't do that Ripley minute match, right? And obviously, I already knew that the Becky, and Trish was going to be the worst match of the night, other than I didn't know Ripley's match was going to be like a squash match. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed the other 5 a lot. It was really fucking good. Seth and fucking AJ, incredible. Solo and Roman versus the fucking KO and Sami Zayn with the Usos at the end. Fuck out of here, man. It was quality, dude. Heck yeah. Damn right it was good. Oh, nice. Cardinals won. Heck yeah. Mariners won. Cardinals won. Dodgers won. Let's go. 10 minutes left in the third period. I know. I saw that. Siggin. Whoa. God, he could block. How fast was that? 92. No way. 92 miles an hour. Get the fuck out of here. Wow. 71-65 Boston. It looks like they're doing some kind of review. Yeah. Well, the crowds, the American crowds are ass, unfortunately, for wrestling, unless it's like Chicago and like CM Punk shows up like he did in AEW, or New York, but not a lot of places in the United States are good crowds. Canada is better. Puerto Rico crowd at the last pay-per-view was good. The Saudi Arabia crowd was good. Wales, anything in Europe or Germany, or, if you go to France, wherever, anything Europe related, but especially Canada. I feel like the Canadian crowd is number one. And then you get like the Puerto Rico and then the Saudi Arabia. Those ones are decent, you know what I mean? But the Canadian crowds are like consistent, not just in like one match. You know what I mean? Because you didn't really hear the Saudi Arabia crowd. They kind of blew up for Seth and AJ for a little bit. And then there was just kind of a little bit of a buzz. And then they really started getting going with Sami, KO, and then fucking Solo and Roman. And I love it that he came out with the robe and was like speaking Arabic. I mean, dude, he didn't have to do that. And that took that match to a whole nother level. I love the little subtle details. And Sami is the fucking G, dude. Love that shit. Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's like when they did NXT takeovers, obviously when they did like NXT takeover Toronto. I went to the Portland one, but I remember like when they had NXT takeover Brooklyn, that crowd is amazing. It's like kind of like an ECW crowd. And you can tell, oh! Oh my God, Dallas 3, Vegas 2. Woo! Oh, baby. Now, will Vegas respond within a minute or two? Woo! Okay. My goodness. LG, you got your wish, bro. So what happens if we score next? See, sometimes it's the sports gods, bro. Sometimes if you talk about it and you say it, then it comes true. Did it go in? Oh, my God. Oh. Cultural differences play. Yeah, I mean, but it just depends on how passionate they are. You know what I mean? Like, if you can get passionate about soccer, you can get passionate about wrestling or anything else. So, and soccer is almost in every country around the world, whether it's Saudi Arabia, Japan, or Canada. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you can have a common ground, and there's always chanting and singing, and the more chanting and singing that you do at a wrestling event, as a whole, as a group, the better the pay-per-view will be, period. But just the Canadian, and also it depends if like beer and alcohol is involved. More beer and alcohol involved in Canada, rather than like Saudi Arabia where they have like the ladies covered up, and seems like it's a little bit more strict there. And then you got all like the Russian, the rich princes, with royalty. So it's like, the crowd vibe it's a little different, compared to Saudi Arabia, and then the Puerto Rico crowd. And then from the Puerto Rico crowd to like the Canada crowd. But I really enjoyed like the Wales crowd when we ended up having some of those matches when we did like the Drew McIntyre pay-per-view over there. And then obviously the Canada crowd for me is usually number one. I don't think there's too many crowds that top a Canada crowd ever. So yeah, that was nice, man. What a way to keep it moving, dude. I got to get a photo up here. 3-2 Dallas. They're like, we're trying to force game 6, man. And then if Dallas does go to game 6, they can win. Like, let's not get it twisted. If you can get it to this point, Dallas is good enough to win. And then if it goes back to Vegas in game 7, then they got to pray that they take care of business at home. But I mean, if Dallas can keep chipping away, who's to say that they can't, I don't want to say that Dallas can win the series because that might be saying a little too much, but let's just say they're extending the series and it's giving them more confidence and belief every minute that we play moving forward. So fucking stars. Nice. All right, Ty. I can't believe that squeaked in. I see you, Ty. Fuck it, I got to get you an icy photo, bro. Got you! Ty Delandre, assisted by Joe Caminenta and Thomas Harley. 3-2 stars. 8:50 to go in the third. Unbelievable, man. And the exact way that Dallas is playing right now and in this particular game 5 is exactly what Vegas needed to do to close this series out, and they didn't. And you might be able to say the same thing right now with Boston, because they're up by 10 and they've been dominating the whole game. And if it goes back to Boston in game 7, there is a legitimate shot that Miami went up 3-0 and Boston might win 4 games in a row. You know what I mean? Or you might end up forcing game 7 and then Miami finally figures it out on the road. That could happen as well. But I just love series with 2 teams that go the distance, whether that be 7 or 6 games. I don't like series that go 4 or 5. I just leave something left to be untold, in the series. Oh! Are you kidding me? Another goal. This one's over. Uh-oh. Game 6. Dallas. Oh, my goodness. The best. That's got to be interference, though, right? That's got to be interference. I mean, it was already moving backwards when he shot it, didn't he? Yeah, see, it's already moving. It gets shoved in right there. Actually, I don't know. That one might be clean. That one might actually be a goal. Wow. Unbelievable.
I think this is a good goal. I think challenging it would be a mistake. The attacking player is knocked down. There's nowhere for him to go. He does his best to avoid the goaltender. So
WrestleMania outside the States. Well, the only place you could have a WrestleMania would be Canada if you really wanted to have it fucking be off the chain. Taco Tom in the building. Oh, yeah. The German stuff is going to be the top notch. It's like all these other, it's like American stuff, it's like 5%, 8%. The German beer is like 15%, 20%. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. I have a friend from high school that lives there. Like everyone stayed in the States and she was the only one to leave outside of America. And then she went to New Zealand and she's lived there forever for like 20 years. Yeah, game 6, Ben can play. Man, I already got it, right? I got it, baby. I got it. Yeah. So we're going to go back to Dallas, and Dallas will have a fantastic shot to win at home. But again, we know both teams can win on the road. So yeah, we could have Dallas play game 6, force game 7, or Vegas can finally get their act together and play great hockey like they should have tonight. And then they play that on the road in Dallas and they win. Of course, you want to be able to win in front of your own fans, but sometimes that's just not what destiny is meant to happen for that particular organization. But you know what is destiny? Seth fucking Rollins, baby. Let's go. What a pay-per-view today. If you haven't watched it, fucking watch it. It's good. Let's go. Very impressed with the Stars. No, you know, they no let up. And like I said, if you're Vegas, you have to start getting a little worried right now. And same thing goes for the Miami Heat. Like, you know, you were in control, very much in control in the series. And now you're starting to see the cracks in the armor show. And the other team, Celtics, you know, and now the Stars legitimately are, you know, they're getting closer and closer to making maybe history. And obviously it would be bigger for Boston because then they would be coming back from 3-0. And we know how many teams come back from 3-0 in NBA, like none. So, but when you're down 3-1, teams can come back from that, you know. I mean, we saw Florida come back down from 3-1 against Boston and then win that series, then go into Toronto, punch them in the mouth twice in the road, win that, punch Carolina in the mouth twice, win that, and beat the shit out of fucking Carolina and sweep them. So, man, can you imagine if Dallas ends up coming back and winning this series in 7 on the road here? How incredibly crazy that would be. But like I've said all along, I actually thought this was going to go 7 games. I really did think Dallas was not little brother. And I get it. You know, the defensemen for the Golden Knights are 6'2" to 6'6". And, you know, the goalie play from Aiden Hill's been good. But I don't know, man. Like, I saw the Kraken series. I'm a Kraken fan. So I got to really, you know, get a deep dive on this fucking Stars team. And I'm jealous with some of these players. I really like Joe. Hintz is fucking amazing. Jason was slow, but then he's been really hot as of late. He can assist, he can score, had already 40 goals in the regular season, you know, and then you got slippery guys like Jamie Benn when he's not cross-checking for a 2-game suspension, you know, Mason Marchment, pretty good. Wyatt Johnson, pretty good. Seguin, Tyler, you know, it's like, and then not only to mention that, but Ottinger, but this is the reason right here, right, why the series is what it is right now. It could have been 2-2 if he didn't get pulled in game 3, giving up 3 goals in the first period, right? So if he would have played better and his record was better than 9-8, if it was, you know, 11-6, 12-5, then we're probably talking about Dallas playing Florida in the Stanley Cup Finals. So very excited to see kind of where this goes. And what a hell of a comeback. And that's why we play sports, right? Sometimes the home teams, you know, it's a must-win game for them, but, you know, the urgency, sometimes they just are flat. And the team that actually needs the win, that is like, if we lose, the season is over, right? The team that is the most desperate, that is needing the win. You know, right now, Vegas and the Heat are playing with house money. They can afford to lose. It doesn't feel good, but their season's not over. Boston season is over if they lose. They're playing like it. Dallas season was going to be over if they lost. They're playing like it. And kind of surprising that both home teams choked tonight. I don't think I saw that coming. I thought, shit, Vegas has a great chance to punch their ticket and go. I did not see them, you know, have this lackluster play. And I'm actually a little shocked with Miami. They can't play defense. And regardless who wins between the Celtics and the Heat, they're going to get their break speed off of them by the Joker. The Nuggets are winning in 6. You know what I mean? But, and honestly, if it ends up being the Celtics, it probably will be a better matchup, you know, with the Nuggets rather than the Heat. Because I just don't know if the Heat can match up that well. No one can match up to the Joker, but Boston matches up with Nuggets more than Miami does. So. Yeah, well, Vegas is the best team, and they have been the best team with all the teams, I think, with the playoffs. And then you got the hottest team in Florida. So, it's like the Cinderella story. Like, who's going to win? The best team wins it normally 9 out of 10 times. The hot team wins it 1 out of 10 times. But a lot of times that hot team, they lose in the semifinal, like East-West final, or they get to the Stanley Cup and they lose. You know what I mean? Cinderella typically doesn't, wear the special slipper and go all the way that often. So, but I do think Florida is good enough to win because of Sergei. Obviously the goalie play with Sergei Bobrovsky is amazing, and they actually have Kachuk. They have good players. So even though I know they've been hot, but they've been playing really, really well, and I don't think they're that much of an underdog. Same thing like when I look at the Stars, I don't see like little brother, like a freshman team going against a fucking varsity team. I kind of started to see that with the Carolina series with Florida, where Carolina kind of felt like, Pop Warner, and I'm watching like, Florida be like a pro team, and they're just knocking them around. But it's sports, man. History tends to repeat itself, but also history is meant to be broken. Oh, Jason has been great. And you can start to tell even in the Kraken series, even though, wasn't getting goals, starting to get some assists, and then started to get some assists in this series. And then the goals just started coming. Yeah. And obviously Jamie Benn with that fucking suspension, that didn't hurt. And that obviously started the whole, kind of decline for them, because it was only 1-0 when he hit the guy and he was sliding on his back. And then he decided to give him a fucking dentist appointment, fucking stick to the face. And then he did it right in front of the ref too. And then it was 2-1 or no, it was 2-0. And then I think it was 3-0 with a matter of just a few seconds. So, but there's no way Vegas is going to get 2, I don't think, in the last 350. I'm just kind of in disbelief right now. I'm in shock. Oh, Hill's out. Now they're just like, fuck it. And normally when you get an empty net, it's between 3 to 4 minutes, depending on if you're down a goal or 2. And you're down 2 here. I bet the Vegas fans right now are just like, I don't even know how they're handling this right now. Like, the crowd hasn't been completely out of it, where like, Vegas took Dallas out of game 3 in the first period and they never recovered. So it's like you still hear a little bit of hooting and hollering, but once you got those back-to-back, goals, I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. And I didn't really think Dallas was ever going to get swept. They're just too good. I mean, if you watched any of the Stars and the Kraken, to think that Dallas would just get their ass kicked completely is ridiculous. Wow, off the post. Yeah, well, I mean, dagger, but it pretty much already is. But again, with hockey, you can get 2 goals within like 2 minutes. So, and we have 2 minutes left. So, just because you're up by 1 or 2 doesn't mean shit in hockey. Stars fans, how you feeling, man? Fucking A. They're like, we're feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling a little lucky today too. You didn't get anything with Joe. Hintz, Robertson, Mason, Wyatt, Seguin. Let's go. But it also comes down to goalie play. And like I said, 9-8 record for Jake Ottinger is ridiculous. He's way too good for a record like that. Unbelievable. Fucking tie. It's always like that guy that you never even expect to do it. What for Dellandrea, what are we talking about? Like down the depth chart, like the 9th option, like the 9th or 10th that you would say, oh, this guy is going to be the hero. Like no one would even bring him up. Unbelievable. But sometimes that's what happens in sports. It's that guy that you don't think that will make that big play. All right, we're down to 2 minutes to go. Empty net for Vegas, down by 2 goals. They're up 3-1 in the series, but the series is shifting, and I can definitely see the concern now with Vegas and the Miami Heat losing critical games to go to the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup at home. And if they do end up losing the series, they can only blame themselves. Nice save by Ottinger. He's like, I'm not playing like I did in Game 3, bitches. This is a different Jake. I'm doing this for Mike Modano, bitches. Okay. He said, I'm feeling amazing. 3:20 in Donos. Let's get to 4.
Stevenson's had a rough series. The face-off dot, only 40%. After he was in the top 10 in the league at better than 58% the regular season. Sometimes a matchup in a series might be bad for you. Stevenson seems to have run into a bad matchup.
All right, we're down to the last 2 minutes. And we're in the fourth quarter for the Celtics and the Heat. Celtics up by 5, and they've been ahead every quarter. So I'm not sure if Miami can get a big run to do it. I mean, they're at home. You know they're going to have a run in this fourth quarter, but will it be a big enough of a run? And they need to get a big enough of a lead where they need to be up by like 6 or more. Because if it ends up being like a 1 to 5 point back and forth, Boston could probably win. All right, minute 30 left. Desperation dogs. I mean, I was kind of thinking that the game would probably go to overtime. That's just the flow of the game. Or someone would score 1 goal and it would have been like a 3-2 victory. Oh, wide right. Icing. Yeah, Miami's making a push. But, I mean, if you're at home, you should be being the dominant team, the aggressive team. You know, it's like you had Jaylen Brown go to the bench and you didn't really get a chance to take advantage of that. When someone like a second-best player to Tatum, gets 4, you got to take advantage. But it also shows you Miami's defense is fucking non-existent. I got it on the computer here in front of me, and their defense is fucking straight bootios. And the Celtics aren't going to be able to fucking keep up with Denver either. They're a rebounding defensive type of team, and the Joker is the best player on the planet. Who the fuck is going to guard him? What, Bam Adebayo or fucking Robert Williams or Horford? Yeah, good luck. I mean, Bam is a special player, and no disrespect to some of those guys like Horford and Williams, but we're talking about, the fucking, even if you had Embiid going on the Joker would just fucking annihilate his ass. Like the only fair matchup to me is like Joker and Giannis, where you actually get 2 elites going at each other and you don't know what's going to happen. They almost cancel each other out with triple doubles. All right, 1 minute to go. Yeah, no, and like I said, sometimes you can just, and they were a number 1 seed all year, and they never were giving the respect. It was like, who's going to beat them? Oh, KD joined the Suns. Oh, maybe John Morant flashing some guns on IG. Maybe the Grizzlies will do it. Well, yeah, and maybe the Kings will be able to be good for the first time in 20 years, but maybe the Warriors will do it. Maybe the Lakers, but no one wanted to give Denver the credit. It's not like the Avalanche in the previous year in hockey where we knew they were going to win it all, even in preseason. At least I did. I watched 0 hockey last year, and I was able to predict Avalanche in 6 over Tampa, and I watched 0 hockey. So I read enough and I watch enough highlights where I know what's going on. Wow, what a fucking win by the Stars. Unbelievable. Yeah, well, also it helps when Jamal Murray is playing out of his mind. And Michael Porter Jr. is pretty good. Gordon's good. Caldwell Pope. It's like they actually have some pretty good role players, but they need to have someone other than the Joker. And obviously it's usually Michael Porter Jr. is a 3 and Jamal Murray sometimes is the number 1 scorer on the team. And that's always a plus. Oh, I see you, Jimmy. Jimmy Bucket's getting active. 3, 2, 1. And the Stars win. Wow. All right, so I'm going to turn it on to the basketball game, and we'll finish that. And then once the basketball game is over, then we'll probably end the stream, and then we'll end up being back tomorrow. And then I guess I got to see when the next game is going to be, and we'll end up doing NASCAR tomorrow or baseball. And then I assume game 6 will be Monday. I assume, but I don't know. Someone can look that up for me. When is game 6 in Dallas? Have they posted it yet? I can take a quick peek here.
27 saves on 29 shots, and
Delandria, fucking. Final score in game 5. 4-2. Stars win on the road. They take advantage of a very slippery situation, and the Golden Knights slowly are starting to see their Stanley Cup dreams fading away. And obviously it's going to be, one team's got to win 1, and the other team's got to win 2, but the momentum has shifted in the series.
When that goal goes in to make it 3-2, what's going through your mind?
But also, too, on the flip side, you can't get too overconfident, because just like the same way Dallas came into here in Vegas and won, Vegas could end up slapping you in the mouth in front of your own fans, and then you could end up losing in game 6. I hope you guys win game 6 and force game 7, because I love game 7s, but you also got to keep that in perspective. Yeah, the home team usually can get the dub, but not every time, and this is one of those instances here. So you got to crawl before you walk. You got to be able to take it a game at a time, not look too far ahead. So I appreciate that, man.
we're playing for a lot. We've been through a little bit of adversity this round, and a big message in the room is we want to get Jamie back. Get our
Yeah, got to get Jamie back. And then if you get Ben back, that'll be an emotional lift at home. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, you do get Jamie Ben back. You're going back home. What's your confidence level right now that you guys can pull this off?
Good, yeah, we feel good.
Well, yeah, damn right you feel good.
And when we were down 3, we just kept focusing.
Yeah, 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, and you can maybe make it to 3-3, and then anything's possible.
Our eyes forward and pretty narrow.
One game at a time, and that's what you do. You look ahead, it never works out, and maybe that's what happened. Maybe Miami Heat and maybe Vegas looked ahead, and they said, we're going to the fucking NBA Finals. We're going to the Stanley Cup. And the other team was like, fuck you, not yet. So impressed. I'm so impressed. I mean, the only thing I don't like is some of the Dallas fans throwing the beer and the popcorn at the Vegas players a couple games ago. But other than that, pretty fucking impressed, man. All right, I'm going to go to the basketball game here. It's 4th quarter, so we don't have too much time. 7 minutes left. So, and then I'll spend some time with my my puppy. And then after that is done, if we want to look at whatever we want to look at, usually once we finish an event, we'll some people will donate, and then we'll do food, like Mexican food, breakfast food. Sometimes we'll do wrestlers, cars, whatever anyone's interests are. Basketball players, baseball players, past and present, hockey. So we'll figure it out at this point. Cyberpunk, are you still in the room, bro? Anything that you want to see? It's 88-83. Celtics are up by 5. 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Jaylen Brown to Tatum at the top of the key. So I don't mind. Like I said, I don't have anything really going on. I mean, I want to spend time with Paisley and whatnot, but I mean, I'm going to record tomorrow at some point, probably for NASCAR, for the Coca-Cola 600 if it doesn't get rained out. If not that, baseball. And then we'll go from there. So, and I appreciate that. Let's take a look at the schedule. I have to know. It's got to be Monday for NHL, I assume. All right, let's see if they have it listed yet.
You can get endless sips to pair with any drink. Daenerys Unlimited Sip Club. Join today and get 2 months free.
All right, they already have it posted. Game 6 in Dallas is Monday at 5:00, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So Monday at 5, you better be here, and we're going to end up watching the Stars and the Golden Knights. Fuck yeah. I'm excited. I'm glad I don't have to wait too long, and that's another opportunity to be able to watch some amazing playoff hockey that traditionally is better than playoff NBA basketball. So, man, what a fucking game. Unbelievable. And then the hero that we didn't think would be tied, and Andrea with 2 goals back to back. Get the fuck out of here. Unbelievable. Then we got to see the WWE pay-per-view Night of Champions. Little Seth Rollins. I might go back and watch a couple of the matches again. I mean, when you're watching it, it's like, as a stream, you're paying attention and whatnot, but I'm like typing and talking to multiple people. But I might go back. I mean, I still got a lot of other shit that I need to go watch, but we're going to have a fun couple days. All right, stars. I see them. Yeah. What do we want to do for photos and whatnot? I know. And think about that. When is the last time that you wanted to rewatch a WWE pay-per-view? Never. I mean, even like WrestleMania and some of these other ones, maybe it's like, oh, maybe I'll watch a match like a week later and I'll be like, oh, let me go back and watch this, or half of the match or see some clips. It's very rare where you're like, for me, I can watch a football game 2 or 3 times because I can watch it like you guys watch it as normal fans, and then I can watch it from like an O-line, D-line perspective, or I can watch it from a defensive perspective. So instead of watching where the ball is being snapped and the running back and the wide receivers and the quarterback, I can watch it like that. So I can definitely watch film a little bit, more than the average person, but normally with wrestling, you watch it, you're done. You're not watching it again. So unless it's like a match of the year candidate. And Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, let's go. And even that end sequence, with Roman and Solo, KO and Sammy, I could watch that again. Any of the 5 good matches out of the 7 I could rewatch, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It would be really cool if I was like rich, and then I could just like buy it for both of us, and then we could both watch it. And the card doesn't look as good, as the WWE. And I love AEW, but I'm not going to be one of these people that is like, only supports AEW or only supports WWE. And when you're on Twitter, that's all you see. And like Instagram is these people that will only support one brand. If you're a fan of wrestling, shouldn't matter what it is. You can get good wrestling in NJPW, Impact, ROH. They're not as big, but they're still good, if you know what to look for. And then obviously ECW, WWF, WCW from back in the day, and then now WWE and AEW now. All right, we're down to the nitty gritty here. 88-83 Celtics. And then as we're watching this, we can do whatever. We can do food. We can do whatever you guys want. You let me know, and I can take care of it. We can fucking hop in the DeLorean, go back in time. I don't give a fuck. We can go wherever. But what I do know is Vegas had their eyes on the prize, but now the Stars do. Congrats to them. Now I got to see if the Miami Heat are going to close this out, but it doesn't look like it. It feels like Boston's going to win the game. They've been controlling the tempo of the game from the beginning of the game into the fourth quarter. When you're at home in an elimination game, you need to blow that fucking team out. You have to make sure it's not close at all. You need to be up by like 10 points or more. And obviously we're not able to do that, and you can't play defense. It's kind of, I'm like, feeling something's missing. It's like, what happened? But obviously the Miami fans are not really being active in this matchup. Everybody's wearing white for a whiteout, but no one's doing shit. There we go. Big 3. Robinson. Rib smoker stuff, yeah. Tatum, backdoor, nice layup, 92-86 Celtics. 6:10 left in the fourth quarter. Dusty Rhodes or Junkyard Dog. Okay, we can do that. 29 for Tatum.
No way Marcus Smart should have been coming that far off of Duncan Robinson. And then just a great back cut on top of it. Smart picked up his 4th.
5:55 left in the fourth quarter. Boston up by 6. Nice backdoor. Nice layup. Four undrafted guys. Well, that's why Spoelstra is the man. Good old Dusty. Oh, big 3 by White. Derek White. Rain in 3s. Front rim, no good. Celtics with the rebound. 95-88. I just don't see Miami coming back in this game. Wow. Marcus Smart. Yeah, fucking the Heat are going to choke too. Unbelievable. Both choked at home. Now you have no one to blame but yourself if you end up, losing the series. Oh, look at that action shot. With the WWF banner in the background. That's sick. $98-88. Yeah, this son of a bitch is over. Boston. They're going to win. I mean, to be down 3-0 and to get it to be a possible, making some history, that's crazy. Nope, it's over. Yeah, why is Jimmy Butler not taking over the game? Like they just, it shows you when you can't play defense, it's tough. Even when you're at home. Like why aren't you playing with like the urgency like Boston's playing? Like just because you're up in the series and you're playing with house money? Like are you asking to lose? Like it's a cool shot by Junkyard. Yeah, Panthers Kachuk. Yeah. All right, well, we already know this game is pretty much over, but we'll still do some photos here for a little bit. We'll probably go, we're at the 3-hour mark, so we'll probably go to the 3-hour and 15-minute mark or the 3-hour, 30-minute mark, and then we'll call it a stream unless we get some more people coming through, and then we'll be back tomorrow for either the NASCAR Coca-Cola 600, a baseball game, maybe Mariners or Dodgers, and if it ends up not being those things, we'll figure something out, and then on Monday, then we'll end up doing the Stars at home against the Golden Knights at 5 o'clock on Monday. So we already know what we're doing on Monday. That's taken care of. We just got to figure out if NASCAR is going to get rained out or not. Hi, Paisley. Dad's almost done. Dad's almost done. Hi, I love you. Hi, come here. Come here. Come to Dad. Come here. Come to Dad. Come here.
We love our new home.
Great neighborhood, big backyard.
But the land.
Paisley wants to snug. She said, Dad, I love you. I want to snug. She wants to watch some Ancient Aliens or some shows or Simpsons. I got to see what I got on. What is on the DVR? We got Simpsons, King of the Hill, Mayans MC. I already watched a lot of the other programs. And then History, Discovery is usually pretty good. So see what we got going on here. And God bless Cyberpunk for coming through in the clutch, man. I was getting a little bit nervous there. I was hoping, well, hopefully the next 3 or 4 days are going to be okay. And it just feels good not to have that stress anymore. Do we have any more baseball on tonight, or is it all done? Marlins and Angels or Mets, Rockies? I don't think that's still going on right now. That might be like a replay or something.
Looks magnificently romantic. And Mona Lisa can't give you a smooth close shave. Barbasol, it's a can.
All right, Naked and Afraid XL. What else do we got? Ancient Aliens, Declassified. What else do we got? BK, have it your way. You rule. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. That's always good. Guy Fieri is awesome. I like Gordon Ramsay stuff. We got Grown Ups, Family Guy. Okay, so it looks like there's enough stuff that's going on.
That's food's real mayonnaise. Every dollop is so rich.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of people that will, donate as heavy as him to be able to support me in the dream. Anyone that donates, 20 or 50 or 100 or multiple hundreds. And yeah. Oh, yeah. I watch it almost every day or, every few days. I mean, I will usually, I catch all the new episodes, but every once in a while, they'll have like some of the old ones and I'll just sit there and I'll just binge it for like an hour or two. I really like River Monsters. I think that's like one of my old programs that I'm getting back into watching because I used to watch it like 10 years ago, like a lot. Kind of like Man vs. Wild with like Bear Grylls. I can always watch the old ones of that, but I do like Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. And they've actually been showing some newer episodes from the last couple of years through COVID until now, and some of the old ones from like 10, 15 years ago. So River Monsters and Dirty Jobs, those are cool to pass the time as well. Paisley and me can sit there and watch that, or something like on Animal Planet or something. All right, Celtics are up by 10 with 3:50 to go. All right, what should we do? Should we do Mexican food? I always like to kind of cap it off with food at the end if we can. We used to do that kind of on a regular basis, and then we kind of, went away from it a little bit. But before we go into Mexican food, we'll just go over some of the Jimmy Butler with a 3 for 19 shooting in a game 6. That's terrible. 3 for 19? How can you be one of the best in the world and shoot 3 for 19, dude? That's probably Jimmy doesn't have a championship. Yeah, me too. Me too. I was like, I was gonna eat like some like canned food, like, just like poor shit, like just stuff that's just sitting there, like emergency food, but it didn't look good, and I was like, well, I mean, I gotta eat something, and I don't want my money to go to waste. I need to make sure this food lasts. And a lot of the stuff, if you order from like Grubhub, if you don't go to the store, you get ripped off with all the extra surcharges and the delivery fee and the tip and everything. You know what I mean? So you can have like $15 of food, but by the time you get it, it's like 30, right? But pizza usually is one of those things where you can actually get your money's worth. But again, you're also paying like $20 to $30 now, where you used to be able to pay 10 to 15. So yeah, we'll do some Mexican food. This Buc-ee's photo is just incredible, though. I can look at this photo like forever. So good. Three for 19. $98.90. Free throw is good. 98-91. Boston up by 7, and they've dominated every quarter. But again, if Jimmy Butler doesn't go for 3 for 19 or 3 for 20, maybe they win this game. They probably do win the game. I mean, when's the last time we've seen Jimmy Butler shoot like that? I mean, for any superstar, that is terrible. But let alone game 6 at home, I mean, that's going to be hard to forgive, especially if you go to Boston in game 7 and you lose. They will be talking about Jimmy's performance in game 6, and that's the reason why they lost. Brutal. It's a team game, but you can't have your best player shit the bed that bad. I get it, maybe 9 for 18, but not 3 for 18 when you're a superstar, right? My God. Hell, Sarah, you and me could shoot 3 for 19. 3 for 19? Fuck. I feel bad for him. That's nuts. Oh, this looks good. Driving in Denison, Texas. Yeah. Yeah, we love food here. I'm always about the HD and the 4K photo, so I'm always trying to do something special and new for everybody. It's all good, good visuals. Like I said, sometimes people are in a tough spot, and you'd be surprised on how a few little things can make a huge difference. Plus, it can give a little inspiration, with what you might want to be getting, later tonight, tomorrow, or sometime in the near future. That looks good. Let's go. The tacos. Yeah, what are you craving out there, Taco Tom? Is it just tacos? Some brisket, but obviously it's late, so mean, it's like 10:02, so you're probably not going to have too many places open. Do you have Buc-ee's in Texas? I live in Oregon and I don't have it, so. Butler for 3. Big 3. 196. Okay. That got a little bit of life into him. Could you imagine if Miami comes back and forces overtime and wins the game? Now they're only down by 4. Oh, rebound by the Heat. Here we go. All right, Jimmy stops the clock. Maybe Jimmy could still be the hero. Woo, look at that. Taco Tower? Fuck out of here. What about that, Taco Tom? You give that the thumbs up right there? Look at that. It's like a bunch of fucking tostada tacos, just stack on stack on stack. Looks delicious. Yeah. Is Buc-ee's overrated or is it worth it? I mean, when I see photos like this, I mean, it makes my mouth water. The pulled pork, I love pulled pork and I love brisket. Ridiculous. 197 with 1:31 to go. Maybe Miami can find a way here. Oh, they stole it. Robinson. Oh, he missed the 3. He could have tied it right there. Damn. Damn. That would have been huge. The crowd would have just lost their goddamn minds. Yeah. Oh, he missed. Oh, the foul call. Oh.
Talked about the effort by Caleb Martin on the offensive glass. Look at this look here. No close. Here's the missed 3 opportunities on Taylor. And that foul on Duncan Robinson over there. No challenge because they don't have any. They took that earlier on that potential offensive foul.
Jaylen Brown, first free throw is good. 101-97. Celtics up by 4 with 1:01 left in the fourth. And 1. Wow, Jimmy playing good here at the end. Yeah, nice comeback. Now Jimmy's got 20. They don't even show his his percentage. They just showed the free throw, 8 for 10. They didn't even want to show how bad it was on the graphic. 101-100. Okay. Good for them to be able to come back. Now they actually have a shot here. 12-3 run in the last 3:08. Unacceptable if you're the Celtics. But again, you have Mazzulla instead of Udoka, who would have stopped the bleeding and would have called timeout. Tatum. Travel. Rejected. Here we go. Miami's got a shot to win. Robinson for 3. No good. Should have went to Jimmy Butler there. Robinson's missed a couple threes now. Oh, man. Robinson's had 2 good looks, you know. It's unfortunate that he missed those. Good pass right there, too. In motion, in rhythm. Oh. But at that point, when Jimmy is hot, you got to know who needs to have the ball in their hands. And it's not like you're down by 3 or down by 2. You're down by 1. Jimmy could have penetrated, went to the hole, got fouled, and maybe got an and 1, which would have been the equivalent of making a 3, So sometimes you got to know your role and at what time. But if it went in, then we're not talking right now. We're like, oh my God, he made the 3. So first free throw is missed. Second free throw is good. Boston up by 2 with 16 seconds left. They won't go for 3 in the win. So I assume now Jimmy will try to, go for 2 and maybe draw the foul, and maybe they can finish it with an and 1. Or let's see if they end up going to OT or not here. Horford with the switch. Foul. All right, Jimmy going to the free throw line. Now he's trying to act if it's 3 points or 2. Yeah, is that a 3 or a 2? Yeah, it's definitely a foul. He put his hand on his hip when he was jumping up. Dude, Udonis Haslem looks like he's fucking 80. Can't believe he's still on the fucking team. Oh my gosh. What a game. What a taco. Fucking A.
When you're betting on your favorite players, you have to think like your favorite player. Looking good, young Chuck.
You too, old Chuck. Get better today. Like a creamy Dutch Gouda.
And same game parlays on FanDuel are the best way to bet on your favorite players.
Hey, how many championships I'm gonna win? Wait, don't tell me. I wanna be surprised.
You're gonna be surprised.
New customers get no sweat first bet and get up to 1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA.
Well, there's a lot to unpack here on this play by Jimmy Butler. Certainly there's contact in the foul by Al Horford. It was called a 2 on the floor, but look at the feet of Butler. Clearly, in my opinion, he's behind the three-point line. This should be 3.
Wow. Oh, shit. They're going to give him 3. Oh, shit. Imagine Jimmy Butler shooting 3 for $1 billion and still winning this game and going to the NBA Finals. He must have heard me. He's like, "Oh, O's talking about me. I better fucking turn it on. I can't go out like a bitch at home like this. This is unacceptable." Nice job, Jimmy Buckets, to not give up on yourself after a terrible shooting night, and you still might be able to win. Unbelievable. First free throw is good. 102-101 with 3 seconds left. Second free throw is good. The game is tied. If Jimmy can make this free throw, and then I just got to pray that Boston doesn't make the last shot. So even if Jimmy makes it, it's not a guaranteed win. Jimmy's pretty good at free throws. It's going to be better than his fucking field goal percentage. Last free throw is good. 103-102. Heat. Fucking Jimmy Buckets feeling like this after making 3 free throws.
You better have your best guy inbounding the ball because that pass has got to be on target. Obviously, your first two options are Tatum and Brown. Both guys with the size to get shots over the top. Miami, I would think Reggie is switching everything on the out of bounds, but your communication's got to be great. You don't want to give up the swing to the red. And with Brown and Tatum, both of those guys able one move and the length to get all the way to the cup. A quick shot with those 3 seconds left. But be careful with the tip in as well. Look at the look.
All right.
Do they have
Who's going to be the hero?
Tom Ennis for a trip to the NBA Finals? Horford, along with Smart, Brown, Dwight, and Tatum.
103, 102. And then as soon as this is over, we'll probably just we'll call it a stream, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Man, God bless Cyberpunk. Man, unbelievable. And thank you to you too, for really being consistent and really trying to make sure I was going to be okay. So I appreciate that. Oh! Oh. Did that go in, or did that already did it? Oh my God, Boston won. Oh my God, Boston won. Oh no. Wow. Well, we're going to game 7 in Boston. Unbelievable. And that's why you box out. Wow. You have to box out. And Marcus Smart shooting the last shot there at the end. Miami winning 3 games and Boston winning 3 games. And now it goes back to Boston in game 7. Wow. Holy shit. What an ending. Look at this right here. So it goes right here, fades away. Look at that. And look at White just being smart and following the basketball. No one boxing him out. In and out. And it only could be one person to get that layup at that exact time. And there was a guy there. Unfucking believable. And if you don't have the good court awareness to jump and be in the right place at the right time, or if Tatum would have ran into him, that doesn't happen. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, I love you and I appreciate you guys very, very much. What an amazing matchup. Celtics win 104-103. Dallas wins 4-2 on the road. We're going to have a game 7 and a game 6. So I guess the sports gods were listening when they said, I want series to go deep. And at least we're getting some of them to go the distance. Pretty fucking sweet. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. Shout out to Cyberpunk, Sarah, and everyone else that donated. Shout out to the people that helped me on the Twitter. Usually that'll be Cyberpunk and Sarah as well. Everyone that chatted, subscribed. Thank you so much. And we'll be back tomorrow, more than likely, for NASCAR and the Coca-Cola 600. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.